A new morning is found within NSF. The weather alert getting broadcast over the radio in Karen's apartment says, "Hello, NSF residents. It is a drizzly, rainy, overcast day in the NSF. Better take your umbrellas. And here's Marcia with the news." Lady comes on. She says, "There's a pile up on the main interchange. Apparently NSFPD got involved in a high-speed chase down the center of town. The NSFPD, who's presently undergoing another scandal due to the release of information and data related to the data drop done by the terrorist/art collective organization known as the PJs. And in lighter news, the NSF autonomous crops have produced the world's largest cucumber." Back to the studio. And as this scene pulls away from the comms display, the radio display in Karen's apartment, how do we find Karen at this bright and bushy-tailed hour of, let's call it 8:30 a.m.?
Karen is halfway through grinding her coffee for the morning brew. Considering doing a little yoga, but not really feeling up for it. Just, I don't know, Karen feels a little off today. Wanders back into the bathroom, drops her clothes, and hops into the shower and turns it on the hottest setting. And sets up her comms in the corner and just hits record. Maybe there'll be something out of it.
As the steam rises in the shower, you see a digital interface, a little HUD overlay, ... and recording, streaming to all of the various accoutrements of a digital interface of the era. And the steam billows up past the past the lens of the camera. And we find ourselves in camera transition. How do we find Dalton this fine morning?
Dalton is in his apartment making his pre-ground instant coffee. But eating a light salad with it to try and capitulate Patty's need for him to remain on a diet. Feeling pretty good about getting back into the race scene. It's been a while since Dalton's felt that kind of energy and that kind of excitement. Thinking about grinding up the last car he's won, thinking about signing up for another race. Just a lot of atrophied feelings for his old life coming back in a big way.
As you're standing there grinding your coffee, you hear, "Hey there, winner."
How you doing?
You know, can't complain. But you look at you getting out there. Sorry I wasn't there.
That's okay. I'm worried you only would have distracted me. I think I did pretty good without you, to be honest.
Well, you won. Not quite as good as you used to be, though.
Yeah, I mean, I could stand to be a little better, but shit was fire.
Look at you. I can see it. You got a glow about you.
Yeah, thinking about doing a couple more. It's been a while, but I don't know. I'm getting that urge again, you know.
So, what you gonna do with your winnings?
Well, the whole reason I did it was to make a little side money because we are phenomenally bad at making money through our business endeavor, I guess I'll call it. But yeah, I was just thinking about having the car chopped up for parts and weight and just bringing the money back to the folks, you know?
I mean, it's hard to make money getting beat up in the streets.
I just want to point out I was not beaten up in the streets. You are correct, but that's Jacob's issue.
Your friends aren't too bright, are they?
No, but admittedly, I probably am not too far behind him.
You're smart enough not to get your ass beat in the street.
Yeah, I definitely avoided that. Although backing up into the event was probably not the best idea, but you know, we got Patty, we got Jacob, we got out of there. NSFPD doesn't seem to have any hot leads on us. We seem pretty okay so far.
Or so you think.
It's moments like this, Giordano, but everybody calls me Bruno, that I feel like you are part of my subconscious. Because I am very worried about finding out if they know what I know.
I'm a part of everybody's subconscious.
Haunting.
That's why I like it.
Does anything I say to you go out to anybody else?
Do we have attorney-client privilege? No, I'm not
I
your
guess-
attorney.
Okay. Maybe stop talking to the brain gremlin.
Oh, I'm not in your brain.
What are you in?
Everything.
Dalton kind of shoots like a confused look at his microwave.
The microwave turns on and spins.
You're not going crazy. You're not going crazy. You're not going crazy.
When you finish doing that, he's gone.
Dalton stands there for a second, kind of collecting himself. And then, almost as if nothing happened, goes back to his coffee, starts sipping it, goes back and finishes the bit of his salad and starts...
The microwave finishes.
Right, I forgot that was going to happen. It kind of scares him a little bit. Okay, gets on his overshirt for the day. He was just wearing his wife beater, but puts on something of a mildly decent looking button up. Just trying to feel a little more centered than the grubby mess that he tends to be. Puts his shoes on and starts heading out.
As the door closes The camera cuts. How do we find Krill and Troy this lovely NSF morning? Though, I suppose from the bunker that is Krill's basement, the appearance of the outside world might be lost on one.
Oh, she can hear dripping water coming down the elevator shaft.
Fair enough.
It's honestly soothing to her. Thank you very much, Troy. It has been, as she is taking off one last unnecessary, exterior plate, exposing what looks like almost entirely silver bracket framing for everything that she has metallic.
No problem. The process was quite elaborate.
I know it was a task, but I think this will genuinely help. I don't have any manufacturing arms to do like micro processing, manufacturing for us. But, last thing, in that pile over there, and she points to her hoarder pile of scrap that is nearing hitting the roof. In exactly 2 feet, 18 centimeters. I mean, I can't just do 2 types like that. All right. Sorry. Please. In there, in about 1.8 meters and 14 centimeters, you will find a leg on the northwest side. It is just another basic automaton leg that I came across. I might be able to bolt it or even just weld it onto my joint so I can walk while I still have, she wiggles her stump.
I understand. And Troy just walks off towards the pile in the direction using the measurements that she gave him and finds the leg and just brings it back to her on the table.
As you do, you find all of the drones have woken up by your stirring and are now happily doing some morning routines. You hear a blender whirring as a NutriShake is being readied. Oh, it sounds like they're up. Glad they got some rest and charge. All right. Shouldn't take me too long to fasten this to my leg. And then I think we can get out of here and see if we can get back to the others. It's raining. Oh, I've got a space blanket. That'll help me. That'll work.
Are you certain you will be adequate?
Basic waterproofing at least until I can get inside.
I meant more operational.
Oh, the leg?
The leg, the body, everything.
I don't expect it to last much longer, if I'm honest. Machinery is never meant to be worked as cybernetics. None of these were. They've all been bootstrapped into some sort of weird neural replacement system that is in me. Like, the one thing that I know for sure is that these aren't meant to be here. And she's gesturing to the pile of shit they just pulled off her. Like, look at this! And she, lifts up one of the plates on the underside. And just, it's a red sea plate. Inscription on it. It's just this never meant to be used on a person in this way. I don't understand why I was this. But thank you. This feels actually cathartic, having it all off of me. or at least most of it. And she just starts to rub the jar holding her brain. Most of it. All right. She just grabs her tools and starts doing it. You see sparking light cascading from behind Troy, making a silhouette.
Give me a roll.
-1 on the die.
It's okay. It's a bodge job, and you got a +3 to it anyway. So, continue as you were.
Light just cascading behind the Troy. Our camera starts to pan away as we just see that the drones doing their morning thing, getting ready, getting Krill ready for the day.
As the camera pans around, comes to pause on a wall, and as it continues to pan off that wall, you find that you're back at your base. How do we find our invalid and his caretaker this fine morning?
So there's a bit of a time sequence that comes not much earlier. She had found like a little of those drinking bird machines, but she hooked it up to her watch or like her codex, and so like whenever Jacob's like heartbeat would like go to a rate that was below the average for being awake, it would like fall down and tap him a little bit just to wake him back up. So in that, Patty was able to get about 2 hours of sleep. And when it comes into now, you can see her on the ground. She's got like a little cane from the scrap pile taken, and she's just slowly working that rotator cuff as she's like working through the motions. Like enough time has passed that the swelling has gone down enough to where she can start working on it and kind of just feeling the general range of motion. And occasionally she'll take the cane and just lightly tap Jacob to keep him awake, and then just keep going through the motions. So the light's at a lower level, like not too bright to hurt Jacob's eyes, but bright enough to where she can see and feel her way around. In that, she has her codex kind of set up as she's looking through her contacts and just seeing about potential people she could reach out for getting a job. She's just kind of doing some basic groundwork right now to see about potential jobs coming up.
What contacts? Because
got
your codex has been destroyed several times over at this point.
Oh,
and
God.
There's been no narration of re-entering any data,
Yeah.
nor do I think
I
a
forgot about
drunkard
that.
such as Patty could even remember a codex address.
Yeah, that's fair. I completely forgot about that. God. I don't even remember Texas, do I?
I mean, these are like hexadecimal. These are like IPv6 addresses, basically. Like you're looking at that sort of addressing scheme. So I mean, this is a long string of numerals and letters.
Oh God! Why did that roll have to fucking?
And Patty remember a CD key off by heart.
Yeah, like this is you know. Yeah, I highly doubt. I mean, you could roll for it if you wanted to try.
Patty would not have been in the brain space to even think about recovering that until like she's like fully awake after the 2 hours. So she's probably just trying to figure out how to get the shit back that she had on her codex.
All right. Well, for purposes of narration, just to very quickly, so like 3001:75A3:0075A3:00:8A2E:000:00370:7334. Something on that order of magnitude is the sort of addressing scheme we are talking about. So
I got 5330. Yeah. All right. Cool. So Patty's just
64.
trying.
Thank you.
Is it possible that she has like a cloud account that like connects her data or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
We never really discussed it, but it's also just like whether or not Patty would have that set up, because she's on the run right now, kind of from some major organizations. So
Actually, Kubus,
I want to interject. If Patty is just using the one that Krill has, fuck no, you're not downloading contacts on it. It's our work codex.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Like, that wasn't built into that system.
Yeah, I mean, she would probably have her X's kind of memorized. She would have enough to be able to work her way through it, but beyond that, she'd have to like go through a whole process for text probably. Was there like, can she at least basically set up the basic framework of the codex to be able to do basic functions?
I mean, you have contacted. It has been all night. Krill's been busy. So I'm guessing probably not, given that you had managed to completely factory reset your newest codex. I'm guessing functionally your codex is useless.
Great. All right. Well, I guess in this moment, then I'm kind of stuck with Jacob having just to work through the exercises where she's completely without any outside world access except for her and Jacob. So, yeah.
Just rehab while Jacob's kind of just dead there.
Yeah. She's keeping him alive. She's keeping him awake. But how many hours do we have left for this thing?
Hold on. I was unable to ungeek myself there for a second. Caboose. All right.
Let's see that.
I couldn't.
Not what I meant.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, also Karina, she can't even call mom and dad and dad bot. She can't even do that.
So,
Oh, right, no, you did factory reset it.
Yep. She's gonna need Krill to get all her shit back. Welcome to it.
Okay. So it would be about about 18 hours.
Well, we're there most of the way. We're on the home stretch. Question: is Jacob's codex accessible?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it would be on this person.
All right, cool.
Unless fucking in this operation, one of y'all threw it somewhere.
Yeah. She'll eventually set up and take Jacob's codex and see if it has a password on it.
It is going to have a password on it.
Jacob, what's your password?
Give me a second.
I feel like we should be doing some skill checks on this one in two directions.
If she can even grab it.
Yeah. I mean,
well, no.
It depends.
No, whether she can extract the actual password from you in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do these rolls.
All right.
Because you've been awake for like a bunch of hours now.
Over 2 days.
We're talking, yeah.
So
yeah,
plus
48 hours plus a concussion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be a little punch
Severe
drunk.
Concussion, no less.
Yeah, you're gonna be a little punch drunk to say the very least.
So who's rolling for what?
Okay, so tell you what.
What's up?
I feel like this is a willpower check for Jacob, right? To actually manage to like get it all together, get the ducks in a row to be able to put together and communicate the information correctly, right? And Patty, I feel like this is a rapport check.
Well, luckily I have nothing to report.
All right.
I got a -2. Let's go.
Let's do this.
And a -4. Cool. All right. Well, based on that information, allowing that information informing how this scene should play out, go ahead and give us this narrative.
Yeah, so Patty is like leaning over. She's like holding her hand on the codex, and then be like, and she like shoves him a little bit. Hey, what's your password?
He just slowly, like, kind of just holds up one hand and just holds up his ring finger, trying to flip her off instead of his middle finger.
Patty looks at that, and she just reaches, and then she puts the ring finger down and pulls up the middle finger for him. There you go. All right. Well, that was a stupid decision. Yeah.
And then just hand falls back down as he just fucking stares, like, just looks dead at the ceiling.
Yeah. Are you hungry? Because I'm hungry.
Just slowly the hand comes back up, just thumbs up.
All right. She steps out for a second to see if... Oh, wait. Her codex isn't even working. She can't even charge. Hey, Zigu!
Just yelling out into the ether.
Yeah. She, like, steps outside to see if he's awake. Nope. God damn it.
You hear nothing but the sounds of the city.
Right. She walks back inside. Her shoulders are feeling sore from the rotator cuffs and everything. So this is what it felt like to be in, like, when Dalton was growing up. Just nothing. I don't know how he managed. I am literally going insane.
Don't forget, he had to walk uphill both ways, too. So,
yeah,
Dalton, where are you headed exactly?
Dalton's gonna be heading to Krill's base to see if they need a pickup, and he's gonna get a new vehicle so that he can carry 2 robots.
Okay. Then yeah, you're okay. Then as we see Patty standing in the sort of, the water flow has increased in that courtyard. Patty just sort of crying out to the heavens at this point, incapable of feeding herself. So drop on the camera lens, and all of a sudden it gets wiped away by a windshield wiper. And we find ourselves in the car with Dalton, pulling up outside Krill's basement.
Dalton's gonna call Krill on her codex.
Must be nice to have a working one.
The immediate moment the codex picks up, you just hear a loud arcing noise as suddenly she's, oh, just finishing up. Hey, Dalton, how are you this morning?
I'm doing pretty good. I just realized I probably should have called you before driving all the way out to your place, but are you and Troy still here?
We are indeed, actually, yes.
Oh, excellent. Almost made a total idiot of myself. I'm outside if you guys need a lift back to the base.
Oh. You hear the sound of metal clanking to the ground and her stretching. And yeah, give us 2 minutes.
And you kind of hear in the background of the comm, do you require assistance?
There is a space blanket on the couch. It's probably stuffed into the couch a little.
I need that. And anything else, though, Troy? Thank you very much. You've already been such a help today.
Yeah, you might need Troy's help to finesse you back into this car that I brought, but it should be able to lift the weight of you two.
I have a feeling it might be a bit easier this time.
Okay, good.
Can we get a weight estimate? How much has been removed from Krill? Given
We're
that we're
probably
you're usually 400.
Yeah, we're in that range. We were close to 300 when the main leg fell off.
Okay.
We're probably looking at much closer to like 200, 180. She's really down to frame and processors.
Okay.
As much as she can be
Cool.
right now.
Troy can handle that then.
She also just welded a new peg leg onto her. She's fine. For now. Or whatever fine is for Krill. All the same, the camera, with just the headlights streaming through the rain, we see the big, like, flaked away yellow painted elevator. Its gates lift up, and two bots walk out. One looking mighty thinner than before. And also covered in a space blanket, like a wizard from old fantasy. Oh. You see a good hand without any extra electronics. You just see what seems to be closed ports of 2 fingers and a thumb. Reach for a door and pull it open.
You see Dalton drumming on the steering wheel, just listening to hardcore metal. Oh, hey, I didn't see you guys out here.
Hey. Krill takes the space blanket off once she's inside the car. And she is silver. It is just all just technology. Okay, there's probably some green for all the circuit boards going on there too. But just, yeah, she's very raw material at this point.
You don't... I want to say this in the most polite way possible. You don't look so hot. You feeling okay? What's the situation over here?
On the contrary, Krill has lost nearly 200 pounds in weight.
Hey, that's hard to do.
That was a joke.
That's my guy, Troy.
My weight loss journey is different than yours, apparently, Dalton. I'm still cheering you on yours, though.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll lose a leg. Who knows?
Or lose shavings of all of your exterior.
One can only hope. This might seem a bit weird, but I got a bit of a gift for you. So the car they're driving, it's kind of like it's like one of those like muscle car. It's like a muscle car in the front, but like a pickup in the back, but it's got a cover in the back. So essentially, it's just got this like long back end with no seats that they can just lay down and crawl into and just hang out. And Dalton flicks a switch on it, and from outside the car, you see this like blue shimmer turn on all around, kind of like an underglow. But you see the car from the tires kind of lifts up a little bit. And Dalton turns to Krill. I decided to pull one of my more expensive models out. This has a magnet lift, pushes it up a little bit, and it's on a gyroscope, so no matter how crazy I drive, it kind of holds and maintains a lot of the inner gravity, so you won't knock around as much when I typically drive you places.
Fascinating. Did you install it yourself?
Yeah, I didn't like build the whole thing, you know. It's like these are pots, and you can do this with all kinds of cars. But yeah, like I basically slapped this system into the car.
Incredible.
Yeah, it was a big project. It took me a couple months, and I basically, back when I was doing it, I didn't have any other cars, so I was taking the bus for a couple weeks, and that was miserable.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of relying on the transit. The rickshaws only get you so far, and they often actually stay away from the train stations because they get harassed. So,
Yeah, not the easiest way to get around, but you know, I've always kept this on the backlog. It's one of my more more proud of this piece. You know, I worked hard on it. It certainly goes as fast as I like. It I guess the best way to describe it is it slaps.
Krill smacks the dashboard.
Dalton holding his breath,
back?
worried that Krill's... Not sure if Krill is strong enough to slap the airbag out of the front.
No, absolutely not. She just smacks and it's just like, is it gonna slap back?
No, but it will do this. He turns the power to full. It kicks up with like a roiling engine, and he screeches the tires and blasts off the way he does. However, on the inside of the car, you don't feel it.
As this cavalcade of technology heads back to the base, what's Karen up to?
Having howled off herself and sent a few extra pictures to top donators, Karen goes and takes the coffee into a to-go mug and gets dressed in the winter drab. Wants to look a little bit darker today. Matches the color of the sky. Starts heading out and wants to take the public transportation, stopping off at the main hub that's off over by the base. And after getting off of the train, Karen approaches a small bodega off in a corner with a small Indian man in there. And Karen hops up to the counter and says, "Apu, been wonderful to see you."
We're doing this. We're doing this. Oh my God, Miss Karen. We're doing this, I guess.
Apu, it's been ages.
Don't at us. Don't at us. We don't care. We don't care.
No.
Oh.
You know, I always loved stopping into this shop when I was a bit younger. A little bit more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Oh, you are a ray of sunshine in my store.
Oh, it's always good to see you. Now, I hate to come by for business, but we've had a little bit of a run-in with some weird little group. You might know a little something about it. They were groups of little kids. Turns out they've possibly been following us. I have a feeling they're, at least in this area, this would be the place for them at least to stop by. You would be somebody who'd maybe have an eye on them, right?
Give me a rapport roll. Zero. but Karen's got a 4 on rapport anyway. The untested, right? For anyone wondering, notes have just been taken. I will fucking break everything. We have a note taker who has just written Apu is canon in NSF and likes Karen. Apu is canon somehow. So
abandoned by the symptoms required by us.
Yeah. Apu, after Apu got canceled off The Simpsons, he moved to San Francisco to start his life anew. Again, you don't want him, we'll take him. Oh. Oh my yes, those little hooligans that run around here all the time. Yes, very much. They are a problem. I believe they call themselves the Scullies.
The Scullies? Yeah, Scullies. Ooh, that's a very fitting name for a bunch of little kids running around. Do you know anything about where they might hang out other than here?
Oh, I know.
No.
I just shoo them out of the shop.
Shoo them out. Of course. Have they ever taken anything from you?
Oh, they steal all the time.
Of course. Are you keeping those little kids fed?
Oh, it is so difficult to feed 8 mouths.
Oh, yeah. I understand, but as long as little Geet is doing well, I miss him.
Oh, they miss you too, Miss Karen.
I'll have to come by and visit sometime. Let him run around in the park with me or something.
Oh, anytime. So are you buying anything?
I was thinking, do you have fresh-ish donuts?
For you? Of course. And he takes he takes the tray out of the case, and you see him very quickly just and he takes a donut off of it, and puts it drops it, and you can sort of hear it, the thud on the wax paper. There you go, Miss Karen. Freshest donut in the shop.
Thank you so much. It's going to be a wonderful treat for my friend. Thank you.
That'll be 7 credits.
You know what? We'll just call it 10.
Oh my. Generous as always. Such a beautiful woman.
Well, thank you, Apu. I promise I will get a hold of you about taking care of those kids one of these days. You need a day off.
Oh my, yes.
Well, have a good one.
All right. Bye, Miss Karen. Thank you. Come again.
Goodbye.
And that, folks, is how this show got canceled before it even got started.
God fucking damn it. Aspen, do you have the Wikipedia page for Apu open right now?
Maybe.
I hate you so much.
Oh God. Like and subscribe, folks. Like and subscribe.
I am but a servant to the whims of my players.
We can't help that Aspen is racist.
Aspen asked for this. None of us asked for this.
Yep. Nope.
I'll take the heat.
Oh, all right. So as Karen makes her way out of the sort of central terminal, where now canonically Apu from actual Springfield lives or has a shop in, what does she do?
She then decides to head down to the lower exits that leads down towards the base, but tries to be a little bit more aware along the way, keeping an eye out for any little eyes that might be following her, might be trailing her. Trying to be a bit more diligent, especially right now.
Nobody's following you.
Okay. Well, no, thinking that no one's able to follow her, no one's following, Karen heads back to the base.
Are you umbrella-ing this day? Okay, all right. Then as you approach the the base, people, there are memes happening in chat. Let's just put it that way. There are memes happening live as we speak. So yes. As Karen makes her way back to the base, you hit the front, and I suppose you walk into the base, and to find Jacob and Patty. Not quite enough time yet, but Dalton and crew are not too far behind you. So go ahead.
Aaron walks up to Patty first and presents her with the donut, saying, I feel like you've probably been here all night. I appreciate you staying up all night. Here, I brought you a little something. And plops it. Doesn't set. Very distinctly lets go and lets it drop and thud onto the table.
Okay, thanks. What's the flavor?
Donut.
Well, I can't buy noodles because I accidentally reset my phone, so thanks. And she just starts scarfing down the fucking donut.
I'm gonna need a physique check on that.
Okay.
Fucking jawbreaker.
+0. So it's a +2 total.
All right. I'm gonna need a meme cam for this episode. Sorry, this is just you gotta get yourself an invite to the server, I guess. Probably. Be sure to cross post them to session memes though.
Jesus Christ.
So, it does actually. You don't break a tooth or anything, but like, yeah, this is some like 2-day-old. Hold on, actually, you know what? I will just let the. We'll just let her. It is a 3-day-old donut.
She's had 5-day-old donuts before, so it could be worse.
So you feel it in your jaw a bit.
She drinks down some water, like she trades it off to help soften it up a little bit at some points, and then just keeps eating it eventually. And she's like, "You really shouldn't have done that. You didn't have to do that for me." And then she immediately looks off.
Oh, glad to help. How's Jacob doing?
He's alive. He's been awake for 2.5 days. We're coming up on that. So yeah.
Cool. Is any sign of improvement?
From what I can tell, he's starting to probably to get towards the hallucination side, but he's so out of it, it's hard to tell. Like, we just got to get through that 72 hours and then let him fucking sleep for a day.
All right, interesting. Karen goes and walks by Jacob and gives him a little pat on the shoulder.
And just little jaw, like he was in that like kind of half asleep, half awake sort of situation. So little jostle back to reality, as it were.
The drinking bird just taps him lightly.
Just oh, oh. And he just kind of, a little bit more there, and he just looks over and just sees Karen, and he's just like, what's going on?
Welcome to another beautiful day in NSF. It's a little drizzly outside. Do you want to go on a walk?
No, I
As his caretaker, I would not recommend a walk.
no.
I know, I'm joking.
Where's Patty?
I'm 2 feet away from you.
Oh shit. And just with that, he just kind of goes, whatever.
You know, on the upside, I did get this little scrap thing from the heap, and she picks up the bird. I did manage to use this so I could get a solid 2 hours of sleep in. It was nice.
Okay. 2 more than you deserved. I mean, good. I'm glad. Yeah.
You didn't have to say it under your breath, you know. You could have said you're a piece of shit, you know. Just be upfront with it at least.
Sorry. It's been a morning. I did hear a little rumor today, though, about the name of our little friendly bunch. I think I might hop over onto the computer and see what I can find about this little friendly group called the Scullies.
All right. Hey, could you send a message to Krill on your codex that I'm going to need my phone reset-ish because I accidentally just wiped it. I went on I managed to accidentally get myself lost in the fucking underground last night, and I was trying to figure out which way to go, and I pressed the wrong buttons at the wrong time or something.
Yeah, send that message. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And Karen walks over and sits down on the computer, sets her codec down, and starts looking up the Scullies.
All right.
Give me a war roll.
Patty.
-1.
You find very basic information on sort of like the sort of urban dictionary equivalent. You would find that it is a very old-timey term. It is derived from South African street gangs from the early 2000s sort of situation. You would find that it functionally means, rebel, that sort of thing. It's associated with ill-mannered, dirty street children, by and large. Classless, mannerless sorts of people. But it's also come to mean things like rebel and revolutionary, even.
Our little friends might fancy themselves rebels. Okay. Wonder what they're rebelling against. Okay. South African street gangs.
You figure out something?
Not a whole lot. Apparently Scully means rebel. Or a ne'er-do-well, but I mean, they might be ne'er-do-well. But it mostly means rebel. I mean, it's South African. Very specific.
Wasn't it? Kai, does South Africa still exist?
It exists to an extent, yes.
Okay. All right, so she would at least have learned that in basic education.
It wasn't nuked. Africa wasn't one of the nuke sites. and Africa is very rich in mineral resources. So it's been a hot target for the archaeology, the consortium, and the mega corporations for resource extraction for the purposes of industrial building. So yes, Afrikaans would absolutely still be alive as a language within certain sects of society. And there absolutely are a couple of mega cities on the African continent.
So did they like move over, or is it just like a word that kind of got brought over here?
This is a South African word. That's where
Well-
it originates from. I'm not sure how it got here.
Well, I meant like, sometimes you got like the big bosses or whatever that are trying to do their fucking shit, and then they're trying to control people in other places. So I don't know.
Is there any information about who these Scolies originally were rebelling against?
Give me another roll.
+1.
It was sort of a linguistic osmosis of sorts. It was the same way that they were generally rebelling against. They were seen to be rebelling against societal norms. That's the sort of rebel aspect of it. Gangs, street children's, urchins, to borrow a Victorian term, sort of going homeless and going without in South Africa, found themselves coming together as children so that they could protect one another. Because adults would take advantage of children, and so the children bound together to seek their own best interests. And so while they were seen to operate outside not just the law, but societal norms. And so the kids lived their own way outside of society, taking what they needed to take, doing what they needed to do to scrape by. As society had turned their backs on them, they turned their backs as well on society, and they built their own. And so what they're seen to be rebelling against is society itself, and that act unto itself can be seen revolutionary in some eyes, hence the transference of the meaning. But largely speaking, it is a word that has come at this time to be associated with gangs of children.
Okay.
It isn't a gang in particular.
Yeah. It's a descriptive term, and it seems to fit. Scolies are kids.
Yeah.
That's the name. It's who they were when they were there in South Africa, Patty. That's Scolies. Okay.
I mean,
So
makes
what do they
sense.
want?
What do they want from us?
They already got it.
Maybe are they doing a job? Are they trying to set something up?
I mean, they already did. We were the
Yeah.
mark.
No, I mean, yeah, but the reasons why they were doing it, that's the question.
Because we were easy.
Jesus Christ, do I have to fucking lay it out for you? Okay. Was somebody paying them, or were they doing it for their own reasons? That's the question I'm asking.
I have no idea how to answer that question properly, Patty, without one of them here.
Yes, but that's the question I have.
Does
is
it matter?
Curiosity, maybe. Maybe, like, if they were doing it to get paid versus them doing it for their own reasons, like, we're in NSF. People steal from people all the time.
Sorry. It does matter. Yes, if someone hired them, then that would be a way to possibly figure out more.
Hmm.
But this sounds like something they would be interested in anyway on their own. We were a mark. They followed us.
Hmm.
We got.
Yeah. And we left one of our most vulnerable by themselves here.
To be fair, we thought this was a secure place.
Yeah.
Speaking of your most vulnerable, Dalton and crew, yeah. What's your arrival look like?
The vehicle Dalton is driving is long but slim, so should be able to get it into the back alley.
Give me a roll.
+1.
The only analogies I can think of right now are really, really fucked up analogies. So consider it. We've already gotten canceled one direction. I'm not going to go from the other one on this
I was going to
episode.
say, that's a lot of restraint coming from a brown guy.
Yeah.
Like a chili dog perfectly fitting in the bun.
Reminded of our recent Twitter woman. So, yes, consider it having fit.
So yeah, Dalton's gonna squeeze it through the alley and pull up close to the door so that Krill can get out of the rain. There you go. I got you as close as I could. I figured you didn't need your circuits wet.
Nope, definitely not. Thank you. I'll see you inside.
No problem.
And you see Krill actually move faster than she normally could. Like, even with a peg leg, she's just, like, actually kind of taking a bit of pace. Get inside.
Dalton turns to Troy, who is still in the vehicle.
Troy's
Are
getting
you-
out. No, Troy's getting out.
Okay.
Troy's just getting out along with everyone else, kind of at the same time, and just
Well,
as he,
Dalton's pulling up.
well, I mean, around the time when Krill got out,
Yeah.
and he says, "Very impressive, Dalton. That was 90% smoother than your usual rides."
Thanks. The car literally did most of the heavy lifting.
I know, and just starts walking behind Krill.
Dalton sits there for a second in reflection. Did Troy just make a joke?
There's no answer.
Dalton pulls the car closer to the wall just to get it out of the way of the main back alley, and then gets out and starts walking into the base.
Actually, just before Troy closed the door, you heard just the sudden noise of skittering and a couple of very tiny whirs as all the drones had been hiding in the car in one way or another just find their way out too. They can't exactly attach to Krill right now.
Those things always creep me out a little bit. Dalton comes through the door a second behind Troy. Dalton heads to the medical table, knowing that Jacob was there. Patty and Karen are probably there. Walks
Patty's
through the
kind of
door.
like sitting beside Karen, but not fully at the computer.
Oh, hey fam, we're here already. Good to see everyone's up bright and early. Did you get any sleep, Patty?
Well, I managed to get a solid 2 hours in and didn't let Jacob fall asleep. So, you know what? Job done.
Dalton looks at Jacob.
He's got about 17 hours left.
Just fucking catatonic stare just straight towards the fucking ceiling. He's just barely by the thread of consciousness, just kind of hanging in there.
Jacob,
Troy-
you do not
oh,
look
sorry.
well. Oh, God.
I was going to
Go
say,
ahead,
Troy
Troy.
just looks over at Patty and says, "Would you like me to take over from here?"
Please, for the love of God. Just already got this little thing set up. She points at the drinking bird. I got this thing set up so if you leave away for a moment, it'll tap and keep him awake, but it's not always the most reliable. It's like some random piece of shit I found.
Very innovative.
Yeah, well, whenever you gotta keep someone awake and you have your phone completely not working anymore, you'll figure something out.
Why is your codex not working?
I somehow, in the midst of being underground, completely wiped my phone.
Oh yeah, Krill. Patty needs their phone redone because they wiped it.
You didn't send the
Thank
message
you for
earlier?
informing me, Karen.
I just told her.
Thank you. Is Patty wearing the codex, or is it just like in her hand or on the table?
It's sitting on the table right beside Jacob.
I did not suspect you to be so hopeless with a factory reset.
To be fair, I was in the middle of the underground. I didn't know where the fuck I was, and I was trying to get like geo directions on the fucking codex, but like I don't know what I pressed in that wrong moment. I had a fucking like a glitch. Okay, like I glitched out in that moment. I fucked up. Okay.
Oh, so my technology glitched on you, did it?
No, I glitched.
That is a terminology I've never seen.
I mean, like I was just trying to like
What?
communicate to you. You know.
All right, let me see what I can do with it. Krill picking it up. Patty hasn't just factory reset. She just accidentally opened up like the code manager and hasn't figured out how to return back to the basic systems. Okay, that's what happened. And she just, the holographic screens there, she just closes some tabs, brings it back, and even on the dashboard of the codex, you can see Krillware. And just clicking it auto installs everything back to where it was.
Oh god, I got a cramp in my foot. Fuck.
While I cannot return those I cannot believe you hand put in numbers into your codec. A, risking work. B,
I
why would
look.
you? That takes forever. Oh my god. All the
I
same,
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna lie.
restoring those.
I don't know what I did. Okay, like I was walking down the fucking street trying to figure it out. No, I wasn't even walking. I was driving, and I was trying to figure it out. But it's kind of hard to do both at the same time. So
Yeah, it is.
yeah. So
I wouldn't suggest it.
I've been out
Don't
without.
they have
like,
laws about that?
no
Lots
one
of
gives
them.
a shit.
Come on, no hollow projected HUD screens while driving sounds like a reasonable thing to believe whilst on the road.
Congratulations. It sounds like a reasonable thing. No one follows it, and I mean no one.
All right then.
I've literally had a friend of mine, while we're on a mission, be drunk, use a holo, and drive at the same time. So,
Patty, why do you think I go hands free? I literally only communicate verbally while driving.
All the same. Here you are, Patty. It is restored.
thanks. I appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie, being without the codex for a while is a bit weird, okay? I had to look at Jacob for 2 hours and just do nothing. Okay, it was awful.
Dalton leans over to Karen. Self-report. Big L.
You. All right.
Truth fam.
Well, they
She
speak
just-
in a lingo I do not understand.
It's okay. They're Zoomers.
It is early 2020s slang terms.
I'm pretty
Oh.
sure I've heard some of that before 2020. I in my classes they said it was around before then a little bit. I don't know.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, Troy. Hey, buddy. We found out some stuff about those kids. And I'm wondering if you could maybe poke around on your end of things to see if you could find out some more.
I would be happy to. What information did you find out?
They're called the Scolies. It's an old South African term for kids who rebel against society and norms and go their own way. Kigtau? Kigtau, yeah. Let's call them that. Kigtau. Those Scully Kigtaus. Yeah. I'm not sure where they would be. If you could find something though on that little net of yours, that'd be great.
Is that all we know? No reason or rhyme for what happened? Just Scolies, and that's all we've got right now.
Other than making money?
Yeah, that's considering
Weird.
the
it's
nature
same
of their gang. Yeah, well, this is why I can't rag on them too hard, you know? Like, props to them. They got into our facility.
We got.
Yeah.
They were strictly targeting the wine, and actually almost seemed to stay averse to stealing anything else. That and were extremely against using any firearms. If that helps any information.
No firearms. And they knew about the wine almost.
It was the only thing they came for.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So either they have been scoping out this location longer than we have been here, trying to get that wine because they watched it come in, or someone hired them for that specific target.
And if they were hired, they'd have to be hired from someone who knew the wine was here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What was
Do
the
we
guy's
know
name that
who
ran this place?
owns the wine? Whose it is that we're holding?
Oh, I believe I went through his emails, but I do not recall.
What was this guy's name that ran this place before we got here?
Was it Swain?
Swain, right.
How did I fucking good job on y'all? This is the NPC I wrote, and I forgot their name. I was looking it up.
To be fair, he's dead, so.
Yeah.
Okay,
Swain.
yeah.
It's Buzzy.
So Patty
Snake
is
his memory.
thinking. So, do we have a list of names that he had saved that we could sort through?
So Krill just kind of walks over to Karen, letting any of the space blanket that was still on her just fall away. And she just kind of leans over and turns on the monitor and goes into the personal emails of Swain. Here's anything you could find. She checks to see if there's any new emails since she last checked.
Give me a second.
I just want it known for anybody watching this how intensely prepared I am as a GM.
Yeah.
Right?
Right? God
We've
damn.
been sitting on an information silo clearly because he had about 10 names here prepped.
Yeah.
Just now I don't know if he has a list of names ready to go for Exis NPCs at all times, or this was a list of knowingly these are Swain's emails.
Okay.
I notice a name on this list. Avery.
Who's
Was that
Avery?
not the bartender?
The one who tried to lie about his name to you?
Mm.
Yes,
His
that
name
is
wasn't
indeed.
Avery. That was Steven.
Yeah, no,
And-
you all informed me of their real name. Hmm.
Is it the same guy? Because we never learned Avery's last name.
We never learned his birthday either. Did we really get much time to talk to him.
Not really. We were kind of like getting there and getting ready for our first fuck up.
That was so long ago. I remember the first time we fucked up, and every subsequent time.
How many days ago was that again?
6.
2 weeks?
6. It was 6
That was
days ago.
6 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our employers did not die. I still take it as a success.
We didn't get paid.
Fine.
If we don't get paid, it doesn't fucking count.
Sure. Who wants to maybe? We should explore Avery more. These other names too, but Avery jumps out.
Karen, just gonna make a recommendation here. He probably thinks you're a bitch. So, if you want to get information out of him, maybe you want to back off,
Just proves he has a functioning set of eyes.
Also may say he is afraid of her power and influence. He had to lie to her up front.
No. Patty just doesn't say anything else. She just says no.
Yeah, shocker.
Let me know, Karen, if you want to take a drive down there. Maybe we can grab Troy and go check it out. But let me know.
Consider it. Is there anything else in Swain's things about Avery?
Krill just taps on the last email to do with Avery.
It's an email about pest extermination at the base.
Might not be the same Avery.
Okay.
You guys are much better at this. What are the odds that it might be code speak? I mean, if it is the same Avery, he runs a bar, so don't know why he would talk about pest control. Unless it's coded or the wrong guy.
Would you like a printout of it to take your time to see if you can decode something?
God, I don't think I'm smart enough to figure that out. Just send it to my codex. I'll take a look at it.
Hi. How many
She takes
bottles
a
of wine did we
screenshot
have?
of the email. She doesn't forward it or anything. She screenshots the email and sends. Says
17,
Dalton
I
the
believe.
screenshot.
Did we have 17 bottles of wine? I don't
On
think
the
so.
wall. Yes.
Do you look back in the wall?
Before I answer that, I'm gonna make your team fucking work through its notes.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure I actually do know the number.
Is it 10 bottles of wine? God, let me see. Which day did we get to?
No?
You're down to 0.
Yes, but how many
okay,
was
fair.
there?
Fair.
How many was there? That's the question. Can I look at the rack?
The answer has been given.
Okay. 12. Okay, cool. So if we have 12, does the email mention 12 in any context?
Dalton's looking through the email.
Give me an investigate check.
-1.
I'm going to assume that with a +1, Dalton has at least a grasp of the English language and isn't numeral illiterate.
Good to know. Good for reading speed signs.
Yeah. So, no, there is no instance of 12 in this email.
Okay. No, nothing in the email about 12. I get Unless the coding is, at this point, incredibly deep. But no mention.
I'm going with my gut. This isn't the same Avery, or even like related to some kind of fixation on the wine.
More than likely. Krell opens up Sterling Hostad. Hostadet?
Hostat? Hostat?
Hostadet?
Oh, stop.
I'm not taking a swing at it.
Hostat?
Hostat.
Hostat.
No, but it's not sh. The H is before the S.
It's German, isn't
It's
it?
Hostad.
hoch. Yeah, with an
Hostat.
H there. It's hoch. Hoch.
All the same, Krell opens up Sterling Hostad's email. Holy fuck.
I'm gonna need
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna need a pronunciation check roll.
I took 8 years of German, bitch.
Also,
Hofstadt.
yeah, it's Stadt. Yeah, Hofstadt.
Yeah.
I can confirm.
Oh.
It is a message confirming delivery of a package.
There we go. That's at least something a little bit closer. I'm assuming the package is actually described vaguely.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Can I make an investigation check on these package details?
Sure.
There we go. Please. Fuck. Damn it.
Wait.
Well, with your one total investigate check into this message, you learn that the package is described as the package.
I asked at first if they just left it vague.
And if it has and he received it. It arrived. So the package has arrived.
Patty walks over to her bag and she starts opening it up. She's looking in the bag, but she walks over to Jacob. Jacob, are you awake?
What's going on?
Do you remember me putting a bottle of wine in the bag?
Should I do another will roll?
Yeah, actually, like I give me a lower roll.
Yeah. -2.
Jacob has literally nothing in lore, and even if it were a will check, you'd be so. You know.
Oh, fucking. He just kind of looks over at Patty. He's just like, oh, fucking, what are you even talking about?
No, when I grabbed the wine that Karen wrote down in her little book. Karen, can you check your book for me again?
What are you wanting me to check?
Check in the book, see how many bottles of wine I owed.
2.
I drank 1.
And
Where's
you
the
took
other?
1. That's your problem, Patty.
No. This means it's somewhere else. I didn't drink it. Somebody took it. This is a problem. Okay, so if these kids...
When did you lose it, Patty?
I don't know. She's trying to, like, think back through the memories and, like, focusing really hard. Kai, is it potential to make a roll to see when she last remembered looking in the bag for the wine?
Good job on note taking there, Karina. Yeah, absolutely, you can.
Okay. +0.
You have literally no fucking clue.
Okay. I don't remember, but
It occurred somewhere between the time that you met all of these people and now.
Thanks, that's helpful.
Yeah.
So, here's the important part. The kids were meant to get the wine rack. that means they were probably trying to get 12 bottles of wine. If they got 11, one's missing.
They
Or
got
10.
10.
They got 10, so that means 2 are missing. So if somebody hired them, they didn't complete the job.
Do you blame your cleanup crew that the fools drank from the mini fridge?
If I'm the person hiring for however expensive these bottles are, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
And if you paid that well, they would do what they could. And if they couldn't, you'd have to trust them because you paid for it.
And depending on how long they've been watching this location, they do know that we took over at some point, so it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to say that we looted and got lit off of their supply.
Maybe.
This is all speculation about someone hiring, someone wanting them
Yeah.
with the 12 bottles. It could just be them wanting them because they're expensive.
Patty, if it makes you feel any better, we do have footage. We have internal recording of the inside and outside of, the base. We can at least, reverse your steps, see what we find.
Fair enough. Troy.
It's Petty.
Can you do that quick robot mode through the footage while I look at Jacob and see the last time I had the bottle of wine in the base or around the base?
Can you specify a time frame?
I think a week.
The day we got here. So I pretty much took it in the same day that we got here.
I will begin scanning the footage for 6 days ago.
Thanks.
Done. Troy wouldn't be looking very long.
No, I mean, Troy's going into the hardware layer, which is just milliseconds to everyone else. Even faster than the net running stuff.
Except for the footage he's looking for is within 2 hours. He's
True.
already done.
The wine? Okay, out of character. The wine disappeared a few days ago.
You got robbed by Jiku the moment you had it.
Okay, fair enough. I couldn't remember the exact
You
date.
had the bottle for less than 2 hours before you got robbed.
Yeah,
Don't add us, Patty. We know what the fuck we're looking for.
Snuck it out of your backpack. Remember that part.
Almost
Okay.
Right
instantly.
away. We have a
He
camera
walked
always
outside
on
and
Jiku's
it was
cart.
gone. Yeah. Literally walked outside and it was gone.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting, Patty.
I
really like Jigu.
normally I would be pissed, but the way you're showing me how he did this was pretty smart. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how mad I can really be. That was just fucking. I mean, I'm kind of pissed.
Now, your point,
And
would these children know Jiku had stolen it? Is Jiku in danger?
Actually, yeah,
I'm gonna go talk to him if he's here.
yeah, Jigu's a kid. And
Yeah.
we're wondering why we got robbed by kids. Maybe we should talk to the kid.
yeah,
Is Jigu stealing the bottle visible on the cameras? Have we?
well, there's that camera that's overlooking him, so it would be directly viewing it, right?
I'm just saying we haven't narratively stated whether or not we've reviewed the footage yet.
I like Caboose's instincts.
I still stand by we should talk to the kid about getting robbed by kids.
I mean, that stands, but it has been iterated that Jigu can move at a speed that is imperceptible to your vision.
But would a robot be able to perceive it?
Well, it's just a matter of frame rates.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe Troy could, but can the cameras? Are they recording at 120 fucking frames a second or something?
Because Jigu has been described as being able to move faster than a blink of an eye.
Yeah. Welcome to the DMPC.
Yes.
So we need at least more than 60 hertz on these cameras, please.
Well, tell you what. I will let one of you can pick who. One of the team can just do a flat roll.
It ain't me.
-1.
If it was a resource roll, it'd be helpful, but it's not. It's a flat roll.
We'll call it 30 frames a second.
Damn, Swaim cheaped out.
Bank
Can we at
security
least
footage.
see a backpack going from like this to like this?
Nope.
And
It's
it's just an open door.
faster than the blink of an eye.
He zipped up, zipped down. Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Well,
So we don't even
wasn't
see
it.
it.
Wasn't even because it was described as open. It was its theft of opportunity. Shigu saw what was in that bag and fucking just dipped it in and out. Almost said something.
No, you specifically described he was able to quickly open it and take it out.
Actually, I do recall you saying that he could quickly open it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But
then I will give you movement of bag. Hell, I'm feeling generous. I'm a benevolent god. There's enough motion and movement there. He took his time. By definition of Jigo. He took his time to be able to see him just step in and step out.
oh, there's like a frame. There's just like half a frame of him like leaning and.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's literally the Incredibles meme of the thumbtack.
Right there. See, right there.
Yeah.
Coincidence? I think not.
Except for, we're all looking at you right now, Patty.
Yeah. You know, if I had learned this happened the same day, I would be pissed. But he was able to pull this off, admitting my own stupidity and drunkenness, fine. But he was able to pull this off, and I didn't notice until now. Gotta give him props.
Skilled thief.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna tell him he needs to be careful because some people came in, fucking took the wine, so they might.
Patty,
be able
you're
to-
not going and talking to him.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
No.
How about someone he actually likes?
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to him.
Alright.
I'll come with Karen. Shigo and I get along as well. I don't think it'd be that big of an imposition.
Good
For once,
idea.
this would be an opportunity I would actually want to speak with him, but I do not feel comfortable going out into the very wet space right now. Good luck with the convo.
Thanks.
Krill hits the computer and actually starts doing some research on the PJ activity that's going on right now. She's keeping her thumb on that pipe, on that little vein.
Though I don't often bring it up, I do love to mention, I would like to mention our spectator chat at this moment. Fucking, not enough, won't hold in court. You got nothing on him. You got nothing on him.
That's why we're sending people who aren't going to immediately accuse him and freak out.
I know it's the future.
Zigu's defense attorney is working in spectator chat right now.
I know it's the future, but I'm just imagining a rolled out shitty TV on a fucking metal stand, and I'm just being like, see, right there.
Patty, don't you patty me. He's guilty. He's guilty.
He's a child. Leave him be. All right, folks, this is where the whole team just gets silly for a bit.
All right. So I already flipped the coin. He is actually present for you. So as you walk out, you see the stall window up, and you see Jigu working away in there, getting the broth heated up, getting the veggies ready. You're just gotta sort of, get his day rolling. It's about 9:20 now by the time you get out there. Which, I mean, you know, for someone his age is a respectable hour to actually be, like, up and working. So,
Wow. Starting up bright and early today. Matching the weather?
hey, Miss Karen. Yeah, I find business actually increases on the rainy days. Yeah, people like a nice hot bowl of soup.
Hey, speaking of which, can I pull up and grab one of those?
I mean, there's really not. I can get you some broth.
I mean, I'll wait a couple minutes till you're done.
All right. I'll see what I can
Dalton
do.
just sits down, taking up space immediately.
Okay. Karen sits in a seat not next to Dalton, but one further away. And sidles up to the,
So,
leans on the counter.
what you old fucks need?
So, did you hear about how we got our place a little ransacked a couple nights ago? Night ago? Is it even one night ago? 2 now. Okay. Time flies. Yeah, we had a little break-in.
Yeah, no, wasn't here.
Yeah. Not surprised. But when they broke in, they seemed to know about some stuff we had. And one of those things happened to be a bottle of some wine.
Ew.
Yeah. No, I'm not a fan either. But some people seem to think they're worth something.
Everything's worth something.
Yeah, if you know the right buyer, if you know the right person. Now, I know you know our friend Patty.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like fucking with her.
Oh, me too. Me too. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah,
Now-
she's the belligerent one.
Yeah, speaking of, she went and took a couple of those bottles, drank one herself, and threw one into a bag. And then seems to have somehow mysteriously immediately lost it.
Well, I mean,
Now-
she is a drunk.
True. True. Now, I, as much as the next person enjoyed making fun of Patty, but if, say, one of those bottles happened to make its way through this direction, it might help us out if we happen to know where that bottle then happened to possibly go. If it happened to come by this way.
Would you like to attempt to roll to influence this conversation? Or are you going to go try on your skill set alone?
Just skill set alone, yeah.
Okay. All right. Then we will just let this narratively play. All right. I mean, lots of things find their way past my door, but yeah, I don't know if I can help you with that. Was it, you said wine, right?
Yeah, something like that. It was in a bottle. I think they were green. Had a little label on it. It looked a little fancy. I don't know where I would sell something like that, but I don't know. Do you have any idea who might be interested in something along those lines?
I mean, I don't know who's interested in what and who has what and where things go, but I mean, everybody, knows a fence or two, and that's sometimes things fall off the back of the truck in NSF, and sometimes you gotta sell some things that fell off the back of the truck. The drunk, incompetent, bitchy truck.
Yeah. Huh. Weird how those particular trucks seem to have issues. Huh. Okay. Well, if I happen to have something I was wanting to sell, I have a contact to shoot my way. It would be wonderful for me to possibly unload a couple of things. Not interested in making big sales, just want to know who's in the area.
Well, I don't know anybody that would work with you.
Hey, we're shortening that list every day, pal.
Would it be because I'm too old?
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, that's not surprising. I know there's a seedy group of underwhelming people in this world, and kids have to live too.
It's not like we can count on adults.
No, we can't. No, we can't.
Sorry, hate to interrupt you. Can I get a beer?
He doesn't break eye contact with Karen after she said we. And he just reaches under the counter and slides a beer across to you. What do you mean we, Miss Karen?
No, I don't even know. Don't even know. Because there's not really a we beyond me. Don't know why I keep trying to use that verb. We all live in our own world. So we
Hey.
gotta take care of ourselves.
You ever get back home, Miss Karen? How are your parents?
What's a home? Sounds nice.
Hey, fat fuck.
Yes, young lad.
I think maybe you should take that beer as a to-go cup.
Appreciate it. How much do I owe you?
Go.
Okay, see you at the base. Dalton gets up and drops a couple creds on the table just to stay cool with Jigu and walks away. Heads back to the car, not the base.
So, looks like somebody was a street kid too.
You learn quick. You do or you die.
Yeah. So, were yours dicks?
I wish I could remember.
Mine went and died on me.
Super useful.
Yeah. Yeah, I took your bitch's wine.
Good. You deserved it more than she did.
It's a good payday. Shit's expensive.
I know. You deserved it more than she did.
Look. Sorry y'all got hit. That was unintentional consequences.
Can't know what others will do with the information they have. I don't blame you.
They, so they robbed you, huh?
Got every last bottle.
That's gonna feed the gang for a while.
then I don't know if I have any issues.
Do what you gotta do. Adults don't give a fuck about kids. So, kids don't give a fuck about adults.
As they should.
I didn't say shit.
I was never here.
All right. He just turns around and walks into the back room.
Karen gets up and walks back to the base. Priorities, friends. We need our priorities. Look, we can try and find the bottles if we want. I'm more interested in finding out who wanted them in the first place, because that's going to be an issue we definitely need to deal with. Whose bottles are these? Who wants them? Who's going to come knocking at our door?
Assuming they weren't the ones who had sent the children.
If they did, then we have no problem. And if they don't need them, wonderful. I have a feeling someone's gonna come.
Exponentially increasing the threat. Okay. I'll see what I can do from here. We need work. I don't think we have any other priority we can really set to. We need fucking money. And the person who is supposed to go and goddamn sell the rifles is on the table with a concussion. So I do not believe we are going to have any charismatic selling of well-knowledgeable firearms anytime soon. Unless, Karen, you would like to explain to us suddenly out of nowhere that you are a ammunitions expert and could tell us everything inside and out of a rifle. Please?
I don't know shit about guns beyond how to point and shoot and murder things. But I might know what we might be able to do with them. I will consider that.
Alright. Actually, the job we had started is still in the air and still repercussions to come from. Do we have any backup plans to mess with this casino? I know we didn't have a time frame on completing it, like some of the tasks had, but all the same, I do not think any client would wait. I am glitching more than normal today. That is quite odd. It's probably something I took out. Anyways. I'm sure a client wouldn't want to wait weeks to see returns on their investment. Or, for Pete's sake, maybe they might have put this bounty up for other people, meaning we have competition in our completion of the task.
Dalton is back at his car, picks up his codex and gives a call to his chop shop guy.
Codex connects. Thanks for calling Squeaky's pre-owned vehicular sales. How can I help you?
I need to speak with Liam. It's Dalton.
Oh, well, it's been a long time, Mr. Hemlock. Let me connect you to Liam right now.
Perfect. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Hey there, Dalton. What can I do for you?
It's been a while. Been a long time, Liam. Good to hear from you again. Still running the chop shop, I see.
Jesus Christ, you're fucking... Yeah, hold on. Put you on hold. Comes back. What the fuck are you talking about fucking open columns for, you dumb fuck boomer fuck?
Okay, hang on a second. My comms are secured. I've got a friend. It's taken care of. I assume yours is still confirmed for safe.
I don't know. Fucking hey, yes, we still do pre-owned sales.
My apologies. It's been a long time since I've been in the pre-owned car game. I recently got back into riding rubber. It's been an interesting couple days. I might have a pre-owned that I want mixed and matched. If you haven't changed any of the lingo.
Would you like me to take consignment of said pre-owned vehicle and sell it on for you, or are you looking to have work done in our shop?
Okay, technically both, but I'm gonna bring my car for the work, but I do have a pre-owned. I would like you to max out for me if you could, if I could get the highest return possible. I know it's been a long time, but we've been very good to each other back in the day, so I know how you tend to work. If maybe we could get a little more on this one, that would be great.
Give me a rapport roll after that shitty start.
+0.
I'll take the car as collateral against any future earnings we may have on it if you'd like to do some upgrades, but that's coming out of your side of the profits.
No, not a bad deal. Okay, I can work with that. I do have more that I will be bringing in over time. I'll keep it at that. We can get off the codex. I just, I guess I just missed you. My bad.
All right, well, we're still in the same location. Swing on down, bring the car, and apparently I should expect 2 cars. We're going to be working on one for you. And
Yes.
all right. What's the status of your car?
Okay, so this is kind of why I'm excited to call you. I'm driving Fenrir again. We worked on that together for a little while, so I thought I'd bring that out to you. We could, like the old days, get back into bumping that engine up, putting a few little bits and pieces inside, maybe a few bits and pieces that are meant to come out during events, the fun stuff.
And how will you be paying for these upgrades?
Mostly by dropping off used materials.
All right. Yes, I'll be here. Typical business hours, though if you need to make an appointment for after hours drop-offs, please feel free to call and speak to the front desk.
Yes, I will absolutely do that. I am happy to hear from you again. It has been a long time. Like I said, glad you're still in business.
Yes, I've managed to stay in business by not being obvious.
And you've done an incredible job at it. It's been a while for me.
Clearly.
Aren't you even a little bit excited that I'm back and in the winner's circle?
The only thing that excites me about winning is profit. So when your winning starts turning me profit, I'll be excited.
I'm so glad you've never changed, Liam. Appreciate you. I will be by later with the dealings.
Click.
God, I love my friends. Dalton puts his codex away and heads back into the building. When Dalton gets back inside, goes up to Krill. It's I know it's still early, but let me know when you're done for the day, because I've got stuff I gotta do. But like, I'll make sure that you get home safe before I go take care of my duties.
I appreciate that, Dalton. Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, oh, okay. I hope you seem like you're doing better. Looks like, I don't know, you look proud. Something happened?
You know, I keep trying to feel better about myself and the work I'm doing out here, and it just seems like everybody wants to stomp on my nuts. But you know, it is what it is.
You shouldn't be doing that. Hey, that is very bad for the testicles. Further, if you mean as an analogy, then I can only say then, yes, that is quite awful if they are ruining your day constantly.
You know, you make friends with criminals, you grow up with criminals, and then you're suddenly shocked that all your friends are assholes. It is what it is, I guess.
Absolutely. Do you think Jacob's gonna be able to be moved soon, or am I just still waiting?
I think we got another like 17 hours on his concussion, so
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
sure. However, he's probably past the medical stage where he needs to be in the operating table. We probably move him to a couch or something.
Yeah, I can't even work right now. All I've done is, and can I make a roll for that investigation on PJ? It doesn't have to be like,
Sure.
yeah, I don't need the details right now, but just like, I just want to see if she even got anything. Flat 0 on the dice.
So what in particular are you looking for?
So there's obviously something earlier today that I didn't get in my notes. That she wanted to see if there's any further info or like drawn out explanations of it. See if anyone knew, like, was there like seeing people doing this, or is it just another?
It's okay. So yeah, you may not. I don't know if you were here. No, you were here for it. It's just
I just didn't get to write it down fast enough.
okay. So since you were here for it, I'll just give you the verbatim. It was a media news broadcast that had occurred, and it was the group known as the PJs had been accused of leaking confidential NSFPD Internal Affairs Division review files for all current service officers onto the net. The Net News Service conducted an initial review of some of those files, and while they appear to be authentic, the NSFPD, I'm having a day, spokeswoman Jana Varidia had released a contradictory statement saying that the terror group that call themselves the PJs had violated the sanctity and safety of our great city once more, releasing baseless lies about the honorable new San Francisco Police Department onto the net in an attempt to undermine the full trust and faith the public has in their police force. And so what it is it is a data dump of the various corruption and activities of the NSFPD, as it has been investigated and documented by their Internal Affairs Division, that in these hallowed halls of justice function more as a cover-up and public relations department than an actual Internal Affairs Division that investigates said crime.
Thank you. Okay, so returning you back exactly to the scene, Dalton. Yeah, all I found was that the people we had messed with, or at least intermixed with by self-detonating their drone, me, um, they did something kind of useful for all of us right now. The NSFPD is on. It's probably on a decent amount of self-control currently, as they're being lit up a storm of media. So we might see more coppers on the street, but we also might see them behaving. So I don't know if that information is helpful for you in anything, but you might not have people immediately crossing lines to mess your day up today while the cameras are on them. Further, PJs seem to target, city structures and centers. And Krill is like trying to speak loud enough that Karen can maybe hear. It's like, I'm not sure if they had any intention other than disrupting the I don't think they have any intention other than disrupting the many networks of crime and corruption in the city, including fixers, apparently. I think this might be a self-righteous group trying to clean the city up.
Always fun when morals get involved.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so rare these days.
Right? I forgot about him.
I thought it was going to be some sort of collective AI consciousness. That's why my first instinct was blow that shit up. I said that one out loud. Yes, sorry. I had an instinct to blow it up when I saw there was a collective.
I mean, at this point, I can't even be upset at you. It might have even been the right thing to do. Who knows?
Are AI dangerous?
Only the dangerous ones, hun.
I see.
For every well-executed nanny bot, there was probably 2,000 trials of bots that at one point or another killed the kid. Because in one way or another, that was ensuring it had the most comfort possible.
Child-sized coffins are pretty nice. Sorry, did I say that aloud?
Crank 2 or 3 out a day.
Right.
Okay.
Karen, you were saying something, you may know someone who might know a way to sell these guns or anything, or we gotta wait on Jacob for that?
The more
No.
I think about it, it's not. It wouldn't have worked. But, yes. The best option is the nils. So, waiting on Jacob is probably the best option, but...
Yeah, I would rather not sell rifles to the people who are holding our location hostage.
No. No, I will chew on this a bit more, but the option I was thinking wouldn't have worked.
Would you like the lore roll? Okay.
I don't think I need to.
Because you guys have clearly forgotten something. like collectively.
Hey, that's a 0 when we add my shit. I know it.
I'm usually good at that. Crap. 0.
I'm having a blonde moment.
So, Karen, with a 2, it's fair.
Oh wait, are we talking about like the weapon shop? I do know about that, if that's what we're talking.
Okay.
Okay, pardon me. No, actually, I even had this freaking written down a couple of times here. Not the page. Please discount armor and weapons. There we go. No, but it's just a moment of that. Okay. The original plan was Jacob to sell to Lee's armor and weapons, but that I do not think I am the face that should sell these weapons.
Where's Lee's again? Was this at the Shard?
It's actually nearby the gamer block, specifically.
Okay. The Gamer Life Apartments?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, who wants to go on a ride?
I'm driving.
I will go with. I will not go in if it is avoidable. But if questions come up that must be answered, at least I will be close to answer over the comm or any other means.
Understood. How many should we bring along?
Bulk sells better. Bulk sells better. I've got 3 boxes, each with... What was it? I think it was... Yeah, so 4 rifles inside each box. Yep. So we have 12. Some pretty nice baseline, extremely well-made rifles. Which is where... Yeah, baseline assault rifles. That's what we were calling them, actually. Okay. From
Do we
there,
know what these would... What should I be expecting for return for these?
I don't know. I can look up the manufacturing price, but that is not going to sell to a restore. They would expect at least something lesser of that.
Well,
Even
at
though
least
I'm
give
pretty
us
sure these guns are better, actually. But
yeah, but with the base retail price of the whole package, we can at least we know where to aim for, what to accept as a below fair rate.
all right. Then my only other idea would be... Yeah, my only other idea would be yeah, I guess. All right. Krill just does a quick duck at Google and just looks up the baseline rifle, which I'm literally looking for, like, what's its make, and I actually can't find it. So I'm not sure if we actually did have a name for it. Kai, do you have a name for a rifle manufacturer in your world?
Most firearms are manufactured by either top of the line, our Red Sea. That's your primo. And then they have a variety of subsidiaries, numbering in the dozens, that provide arms across a spectrum to competing factions, just as Varangian offers their services to both sides of a battle. Red Sea absolutely will arm both sides of a conflict, using a network of umbrella subsidiaries. A typical firearm for what you are looking at, which is an unbranded firearm, would typically go for, on the street, 100 creds.
All right, so I got some actual decent rolls on their creations, so there's actually like maybe a bit of bargaining. So streetwise, you'd expect 100. I don't know out of a storefront, but probably just like 110% on that. I do think you have some wiggle room for bartering. These are probably going to shoot more accurate than your average rifle that you find on the street. But yeah, you're looking at least 1,200 here in front of us.
Okay.
If we're good.
You know, before we leave, I'll at least see what I can do about this. And Karen walks over to Jacob.
Wait, what am I... Why am I getting shat on for the gun price?
Make sure it
We
goes
have
into
12
session.
guns. I said 1,200. What the fuck?
Make sure it goes into session memes.
And gently rubs Jacob's arm, picks up the water, gives it to him, and says, "Oh, honey, have a little sip of water. Take a little drink."
He just looks over and just takes the water and just small sip, and even he's somewhat perplexed as to why Karen's acting in such a manner.
Patty looks up from her codex. She's got her feet kicked up on the edge of the table. She looks up at her and then looks at the water, and then she goes back to her codex for a second.
Jacob, dear, we're interested in something about guns, and I know how much you love thinking about those guns.
What's up?
Well, we want to go sell these guns, the ones we made, and I'm guessing there's the boxes in here, right? In the room with us.
Yeah, they're just stacked in the corner.
Yeah. Okay. Karen goes over, grabs one of the rifles, and gently places it in front of Jacob and says, "What's the street value of one of these?" No serial number, no nothing on there. What do you think? How much do you think that's worth?
What's the roll?
Give me a roll.
How do we even try?
Yes. As the
Minus
construction-
3.
Yes. My first roll of this session was -4.
Ask the concussed man, what's the average price that these are going to count? Perfect question.
The game does not want me to play.
No, it doesn't.
Karina, I'm sorry I hit you with that meme.
That is a good meme.
So,
Oh, that didn't work.
Sorry, I'm
What-
just confused. It's funny. It's funny, but the problem is just...
So what do you tell me there, Jacob?
He just kind of fucking stares at it. And he's just like, "Oh, fucking, who are we selling to? What is this even based on?
Cool. Useful.
Why? I just...
Glad we feed you. Karen takes the gun and puts it away.
To be fair, I've been paying for a lot of his food, so...
I said we.
Speaking French?
Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare.
On this session.
All right. Well, we're not going to get any information out of Jacob. Let's see if we can fence these guns. Unless anyone wants to do anything else before we leave.
No, I'll start packing up some of these, putting them in the truck.
Patty gets up. You need me to carry a box?
Yes, you can help me bring these out to the truck. You should probably... You have Troy here to watch, Jacob, but you should probably stick around as well.
Yeah.
If there's an emergency.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to go down some other route to make some cash on the side. So I need my full focus in that moment between these two things.
Troy,
Sounds
honey,
good
could
to
you
me.
take out the third box? I don't really want him sitting alone out there.
Understood.
Thanks, dear.
Patty picks up the box. Shoulders don't feel so great, and then takes it.
Karen follows them out, supervising as usual, making sure they don't drop them.
Like barely behind Karen, Pearl's just kind of like skittering, following to get to the car.
Dalton opens the back, which is a pretty wide trunk opening. You can just put the boxes on and slide in, and after he slides the first box in, he goes and opens the door so that Krill can just jump right in.
Look how much better I fit.
As the truck's still.
Just
Don't-
don't. She's like only like a little bit, probably over 200 pounds.
Dalton looks at Karen. Don't worry, there's a whole system to fix that. It'll be fine.
Look, Patty leans over Girl. Look, you weigh less than Dalton now, so that matters.
Whoa.
Oof. Oof.
Hey, she said that to
Ow.
Krill quietly.
Ooh. In a closed vehicle. Dalton just needs to make a perception check.
I assume Patty was saying before the vehicle closed.
Is Patty
Krill-
on comms?
No. She's
Patty
like the
brought out a
program.
box.
Yeah. Patty's not on comms, but she brought out a box.
Okay.
I had to get prepped for surgery, and the best to do was to remove anything that was unnecessary. This is what I got.
I think you look great, dear.
I feel naked.
Well, technically, you are naked.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, I'm still wearing a shirt, thank you. She is just wearing this like really like oiled stained tank top that was hiding under her weirdly built jacket system that before.
What's wrong with being naked? And Patty just pulls up her shirt. Who cares? And then she puts it back down.
Dalton just
I'm already
blindsided
cold.
by that.
I'm already cold. I am missing a lot of my things that produce heat, but the heat sinks that I have are absolutely necessary, so I'm actually rather cold right now.
All right. Well, I'll see y'all later then. And Patty steps back inside.
Karen just gets in the front.
Good luck with the unconscious bloke.
He's not going to be unconscious for another 16 hours.
I don't believe you.
As you walk back in, you see Jigu was watching you guys.
Patty just flips him off and then walks inside.
Hello, neighbor. Human who works at Noodle Shop.
Troy ignores Jigu.
Because he has to.
Yes, he has to. It's part of his program.
Doesn't see him. It's just obfuscated.
There's white lines that says child, 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 child.
So, where are we headed, kids?
Go to Lee's.
So, we got Dalton driving. We got Karen in the passenger seat. We got Krill loaded up in the back with some amount of guns, either in the trunk and back seat, depending on what amount of casework we need. We have 12 guns we're attempting to sell today. Okay, so they'd fit in the trunk, no problem. Okay. Well,
Dalton gets in, powers up the system so that the weight of 12 guns and Krill don't completely destroy my suspension, and squeezes out of the alley like a hot dog in a bun, I guess.
go ahead and give me a driving check.
Okay.
Oh no, -2. Whatever will I do?
Well, to be fair, if you really want to know what was happening, it was to determine whether NSFPD was going to harass you today, given that you've got a trunk full of firearms. It was less a driving check and a more of a, does he do something stupid enough to get the attention of the cops role. But luckily he does, they are on their best behavior right now. And he is behaving relatively well. And so, yes, you proceed to take highway, surface streets, any particular route?
Highway's probably faster, but I'm just trying to think if like that would be more police heavy. They're kind of distracted with the news report. I think Dalton's gonna take surface streets.
Okay. Surface streets back. You find yourself right across the street, like not across the street, but right adjacent to. Lee's Discount Armor and Weapons is basically the parking lot adjacent to the Gamer Life Apartments. So you find yourself back at, the scene of a crime, as it were. And it's a big box store. It's literally what it is. It's a big box store. It's got automatic doors on the front, and there's shopping carts. There's fucking people coming and going. Items being sold, bought and sold in bulk, sort of situation. Yeah. Big red block letters across the front. Lee's Discount Armor and Weapons.
So Dalton is gonna pull up into. They have their own like parking space.
As you pull up, you see the vehicle that you left here. It is covered in parking tickets. Yep.
It's okay. None of my cars are actually registered to me.
It's booted.
Are you telling me you have some sort of garage service that you pay for, Dalton, that will bring you vehicles from some sort of hidden away sanctum that we have no concept of, but they won't bring them back? You're just littering vehicles all over NSF?
Look, Krill, the way I like to describe it is I use the entire city as my garage management system. Who needs a whole garage when you can just park anywhere? Don't worry, I have stuff to knock the boot off. It'll take like 8 seconds. Don't worry about it.
That I believe. How do they come to you?
So I was thinking, Karen, you could go into the store and discuss with them. Maybe we don't carry the boxes and the merchandise in. Yeah, and then if they have a back service area where I can pull up afterwards, we can run from there.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. I've got some blankets in the back. We can try to. It's a lot of boxes, but we can try to cover up some of this.
Yeah, I like that plan. Well, Karen gets out the vehicle, starts heading in. Dalton, are you coming?
Dalton turns to Krill. Are you gonna be okay in here? You got your spider bots and everything.
No, actually, they're back at the base. I can't lash them onto me anywhere right now. And to be honest, they're sometimes needy little bugs. I'll say bugs.
I have
Don't want to be
noticed
too
that.
mean to my babies.
But are you
but-
okay in here?
Yeah, no, I'm still able to do most of my, digital work from my systems that are still on me.
Okay, perfect. I'll
Just keep
I'll
me
get out
noted
with
on the
Karen.
comm.
Yeah, and Dalton is gonna open the channel so that Krill is involved in the whole conversation.
Karen too.
Nice. Oh, actually, heads up, Dalton. Don't just walk the guns in. It is always smarter to, mention you have merchandise and let them give you a trolley so you actually look like you're supposed to be there.
Yeah, don't worry. We don't want to be seen with these. What are we, Jacob? I thought it was funny. Don't worry. Dalton gets
I
out
swear
and
he would.
closes the door.
Wonderful. Well, Karen walks in the front door, and tries to find something that looks like a sales desk.
Oh, okay. So there is, as you walk in, the doors basically to the right of the building, and you go through what it amounts to a turnstile. You've got music, fucking happy shopper music going in the background. There is a cart corral right past as you go through the turnstile. There are glass cases and shelves all around the edge of the store that have people lined up at them, salespeople working with people. And then the center of the store is one half sort of like apparel racks with all sorts of body armor and all sorts of gear. And then the other half of that is shelving. And on the shelves are a variety of things: combustibles, explosives, trigger devices, upgrades for equipment, optics. You've got just a variety of equipment. And then to the left, like right aligned with the turnstile on the other side where the exit doors are all of the checkout registers.
But nothing that particularly seems like a intake
Not
location.
not to readily appear to your eye. No. Yeah.
Is anyone
Dalton.
doing video, or is it just audio for Krill, by the way?
Oh, I figured
Just audio
video.
for Dalton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Karen- yeah,
Karen's got video.
Yeah, I don't care.
Sorry. Go ahead, Dalton. You're going to say something. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Dalton leans over to Karen. You're the better talker. Do you maybe want to finesse a conversation, see if we can figure out their sales things? I just don't want to necessarily announce that we have merch in case there's an issue.
Okay. Don't worry about it. Karen heads in and heads up to open spot on one of the counters on the edge and tries to find a sales associate.
It takes a little bit. It is actually fairly busy. Lee's is constantly doing business to the chagrin of the authorities, but Lee's actually is a legally operating location. They are proud supporters of the right of a citizen of the arcology to self-defense. They believe that every citizen should be able to take their own autonomy, their own defense into their own hands. So there's a fairly busy, eclectic clientele that you find yourself surrounded by. Some who seem maybe a little more seedier than others, but you also have, elderly, grandmotherly types. Very, very sort of, hunched over, pushing the cart, and the cart is full of like frag grenades. It's absolutely that sort of clientele that believe in what this store stands for.
Self-defense nukes.
Yep. Unfortunately, nukes are forbidden per a compact that was achieved after what's widely known as the fish tank incident. Things escalated between two apartment owners over leakage from a fish tank, and the apartment complex was leveled due to a personal tactical nuke. So since that incident, they have a citywide ban on personal nukes. Though some individuals have found ways around that by using non-fission based explosives and that sort of thing. So where there's a will, there's a way.
There's many ways. I have searched for them.
So as you wait, taking all of this in, what a salesperson comes up to the counter. He's got an eye patch. He's got two cybernetic arms. If one were to peer over the counter, you might notice that his legs as well seem to be cybernetic. He walks up and goes, "What can I do before today, pretty lady?"
Oh, joy. Well, I was interested in maybe getting something. I don't know.
Well, we got a wide variety here. I mean, it depends what you're in for. We got nice, dainty, feminine firearms for if you want something to slip into your clutch for an evening out on the town, or something larger if you want to make an impression on someone who has wronged you.
Yeah. Bigger's usually better. In my opinion.
That's what I hear.
I have a particular kind that I like.
Well, we got all kinds here. We don't discriminate. What you looking for, little missus?
No, sorry. The only thing is, I do have limited space. And if my brother says if I bring home any more firearms, he's gonna have to kick me out or kick one of the cats out. And it's not gonna be the cat. So,
well, I wouldn't want you to be homeless, but we might be able to find you some space.
Now, you buy guns too, right? That's something you do?
Well, of course.
Oh, good. Now, some of these guns, I'm interested in getting rid of for, how do I put this? I have them now. I don't really know where they came from.
Ah, well then. All right. Well, we can try and find out where they came from if that's going to be a problem. But if they're really not able to be found, then we don't ask too many questions around these parts.
Okay. Now, how do I go about that? Do I just drop them off in the back at the end of the day?
What you need to do is swing around back. Where you got these guns?
I have them stashed. These ones I did not want to have around. We were doing a bit of spring cleaning. Found a cat It was not alive. Anyway,
Goddamn varmint anyway.
you think we'd notice the smell, but yeah. Anyway, so will you just drop them off? We just bring them on in, or
If you
just
bring
back
them around
door?
back, there's a receiving area right there, and we'll get you checked in. We'll give you a ticket. We'll ticket every single firearm. We'll put through the trigger loop if you got one, and we will mark and tag every single firearm. We'll give you a ticket. We'll give you a little printout. You can come back around, come on in. We'll bring them out through the back. Now, we're going to need to test them. We're going to need to inspect them. And we got a range right out back. Now, you're welcome to join us while we test them. But they need to be put through an inspection process first, and then we'll give them a good thorough looking at in the back. We'll, break them down, look at the parts, see if there's any improprieties, as one would say. And
Don't want any cat hairs in there.
We'll, if they just need a little spick and span, don't you mind? We'll get them cleaned up for you if that's all the problems that they got. But no, we need to make sure that the goods that we purvey at our fine establishment don't in fact, cause any problems for anyone. It's, word of mouth matters in this business. So, no, we'll give them a quick inspection. You're welcome to join us. Keep an eye on your merchandise if you wish. Like I said, we'll tag them. Everything's on camera anyway. No worries there. And we're a reputable establishment. And, then, we'll have a conversation, we'll haggle, a little back and forth, and we'll see, what's a fair price, and whether you want to take a store credit, you want to get paid, or whether you want to just trade them out for something else.
Okay. All right, that I think answers my question. Just show up around the back. Okay. Well, How much for one of them grenades?
Well, it depends which kind of grenade you're after. We've got a variety of grenades, and I mean, you should go on over. There's a grenade aisle. We have EMPs. We have variety of gas grenades that affect a variety of nervous systems in interesting and exciting ways. We got fragmentation grenades. We've got cluster grenades. We've got all sorts of grenades. They range in price depending on what you're after. Some of them a little more high-tech, some of them are basic parts.
How much for a just basic frag?
Oh, well, I think we might... Hold on, let me just check. Yep, looks like we are running a deal today on frag grenades. Buy 2, get 1 50% off. And so that looks like that'd probably be 3 grenades for about 75 credits.
Jeez, what a steal!
That is Lee's Discount Armor and Weapons. We aim to serve the community we are a part of.
Okay. I like this. I like this place. I feel at home. I really do. I feel at home here. This is great. Okay, I will keep those frag grenades in mind. I will have to see how much my other things are worth. Cool. Beautiful. Well, I think you answered all my questions. I have something I need to go take care of then.
All right. Well, should I alert receiving? Make sure that they're welcome you and treat you like the kind Southern flower that you are.
Well, probably couldn't hurt, could it?
All right, miss. Well, then I will make sure they take care of you in the fashion that you are accustomed.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And what was your name, dear?
Oh, my name's Peter.
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 Well, wonderful name.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. What was your name, ma'am?
Oh, mine? Cynthia.
Oh, well, that is a lovely name. It is a pleasure to meet you, Miss Cynthia.
Yes. All right, well, you keep me on your good side.
All right. Well, I keep my good eye on you.
You better.
Peter goes back to the back department. He starts his way around. You see him disappear into the back.
Some other employee comes out to fill their spot, I'm assuming.
No.
No? Oh, okay, screw it.
No.
Dalton kind of like slides up to. Dalton was giving Karen like a 6-foot space and was just looking at guns behind her. And as she starts walking out, just like slides up behind her. You are absolutely insane at this.
Yeah, well, I just appreciate somebody coming along and not being a complete ass. Well done, Dalton.
You're welcome.
It was a compliment.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Dalton's sitting there for a second, still not sure it was a compliment.
Yeah. Let's head back to the car.
Yeah.
There's a a laneway next to the checkout that is for people who don't have any items on them. You get the distinct feeling that there's probably some level of scan that has occurred to ensure that no merchandise has walked out of the premises in the meantime.
Oh no, that gun I stuffed in my pants.
Derringer.
Kai's writing stuff down. I did not stuff a gun in my pants. I'm not gonna rob from this place.
One of my first and favorite rules I ever had at the table as a DM was if you joke it and it's great, it's happening.
Look, I'm just saying is you put 2 and only 1 stays, you know?
Anyway, we get outside.
Yes. Karen goes to the back seat, opens up the side that's opposite of Krill.
Yeah, Dalton gets in and powers up and heads for the receiving.
Oh, honey, no, we're not, no.
We don't have to bring it around?
You had that blanket, right?
Yeah, I did.
We're gonna bring in 1. We're not dropping off everything at first. We're bringing in 1. Let's see.
Okay. Honestly, at this point, I'm just making sure we get to point A to point B.
I trust the process. I would already have been manufacturing more if Jacob wasn't on my fucking table.
Dalton grabs a box.
Just 1? One firearm?
That's what you said you wanted to bring in.
Okay. Because the boxes have 4 in each.
Okay, then
Okay.
Dalton. Yeah, Dalton will take 3 out of the box and just grab 1 in a box.
Okay.
Hey, worse options. Cool.
Please.
Let's go get these
hide
tested.
them.
Yeah, those ones are under a blanket for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Karen shuffles Dalton. I suppose Dalton can move the car closer if he wants, but Karen will shuffle Dalton in.
The way they seem to be about this sale, don't think I really have to get the car closer. I think it's pretty kosher to just walk in with guns. I want to keep one boxed because Dalton's anxiety about it.
So, have you swung the car around the back, or are you just walking from the front to the back?
That's a question for Dalton. Karen said you can move a bit closer if you want, Dalton. Dalton, did you want to move the truck a little bit closer and then walk it a little bit of the way, or are you just walking it all the way around the store?
No, Karen didn't want to drive up to receiving, so I'll just take it in, I guess.
Beautiful.
So Dalton is the one who's dropping this gun off?
Well, Karen's coming too.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Just want to know where we are narratively.
Yes. Oh, and Dalton, honey, by the way, if anyone asks, your name is Jeb, and just grunt and nod.
Mm.
Beautiful. Thank you.
As you as you walk in the back, you'll know momentarily why I just started laughing. As you walk in the back, Peter is conversing, just finishing up a conversation with an employee, and he sees you walking in, and he goes, "As I live and breathe, Miss Cynthia, I was just finishing up with my associate, telling him to expect you. This here is Jeb. He'll take care of you."
Jeb? Oh my goodness, what a coincidence. That's my brother's name.
Well, I'm not that much of a fan of you, Mr. Jeb. I will tell you, you need to be nicer to this pretty flower right here.
He's good. He listens.
All right, then. Well, Jeb here will get you checked in. And my Jeb, not your Jeb, mind you. We'll just go ahead and call him Jeb 1 and Jeb 2.
Okay.
That's fine. All right. Well,
Jeb 1.
Yeah, Jeb 1 here will get y'all checked in. See, okay, you got that firearm right there. Well, he'll get you checked in, and I will meet you over on the range after he's done checking you in.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thanks. So good of you, Peter.
Oh, thank you, Miss Cynthia. And he shuffles off, and Jeb 1 looks at you and goes, "I'm from New Tianjin. My name's not Jeb. This fucking redneck just can't say my Chinese name."
Well, dear, what is your name then?
Fucking I'm done with you white people.
Fair. No.
Give me the gun.
Yeah. Come on, honey. Drop it off.
Dalton hands over the merchandise.
Very quickly, gives it a look up and down, racks the bolt, pushes a couple of keys, prints out a ticket that gets a tag that prints out alongside it, loops the tag around, plastic loop, zip ties it to the trigger guard, and literally just slides it down a roller conveyor, and it goes past some sort of like plastic flaps into the next room, and he just goes down there, and he hands you your ticket.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, whatever.
Wonderful.
Through this whole thing, Dalton, until otherwise necessary, will stick to Karen like a shadow.
Come on, dear. Follow our guns. Apologies. Gun.
Give me do you want to give me a notice roll?
Oh, -3? Jesus.
Okay, well then nobody notices his name tag.
Shit. Great. The fuck's a name tag?
Yeah.
Huh.
Can I do a notice roll? I'm only acting stupid.
All right, fair play.
+1.
His name is Jiao.
Okay. Just Jiao?
Jiao. Jiao.
Where's that list of names?
Super hard for a redneck. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he went with Jeb instead. Then, so you two make your way down to the next area.
Yes.
Yep. As you do, you reach and you grab the door handle and you go to open the door. As soon as that door comes away from its seal, you immediately, 1, smell burning cordite. 2, you start hearing the gunshots. Like, it is readily apparent. This is a very well soundproofed area, but it is, as soon as you crack that seal, you're like, oh, okay, all right, this is an active firing range. Got it. Your firearm's just sitting there in the line, and waiting on the other side is like right there. He's like, well, I'll be Miss Cynthia. Is this your lovely firearm right here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll be. All right. Well, we will. If you want to walk around, I will come out the other side and we will take one of these lanes right here. And we will give this puppy a good, thorough looking at.
Great. Yeah.
He picks up
Give it a shot.
Picks up the rifle, walks around, comes out. The employee sort of like lifts the desk up, sort of thing. Walked out to go around to the range. One of the 5 lanes that are there. Takes the first available. Puts the rifle down and goes, well, this seems to be some sort of custom job here. This is definitely not by any manufacturer that I've ever seen before. Hold on. Let me just turn it. Let me give it. Hold on. And he pulls it back, locks it open, pops the top off, takes the spring assembly out, takes the receiver rod. He's like, I don't seem to see any serial numbers here either. This seems to be a fully custom gunsmith job here. Where'd you say you got this?
I don't know. Jeb here, she just wandered home with it one day. I try and get him to explain anything, right, bud?
Strong silent type, I see. Well, all right. I mean, parts, they seem to be. Peers down the barrel, trying to get a bead on how well rifled, how well machined it is, how straight it is, how plumb that line is. Starts assembling it back. Like, all right. Well, let's put a few rounds downrange, and we'll see how this puppy handles, and we will go from there.
Wonderful.
So, I will let the creator of this firearm determine what caliber this firearm is.
That means I have to know about guns. Fuck.
For those who don't know, I just made the Canadian person just off the top of her head. I just put her on the spot.
Oh, fucking A. Is there
Come
like
on,
a
don't make
45?
us look like this. Don't make us look like
You
this.
want
Is
more?
there like a 45 millimeter?
Who the fuck?
Is that too big?
Who in the fuck would do that? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Krill would do that,
Pardon me.
okay?
Krill would
do that.
absolutely do that, but
Oh,
no.
that would be
Pardon me.
hilarious.
Not millimeter. Holy fuck. Okay.
Oh,
I swear I've seen 45 showed up as ammunition types. I'm just not
it
sure.
is an ammunition
Yeah.
type,
Yes,
just
it
not for
is.
fucking rifles.
No.
Well, I mean, you know, it can be done.
I mean, there's some.
I have a
power
carbine.
back in
I have a
it,
carbine
American one.
conversion for a 45 Colt, but either way,
There's an American out there that would do it, but that's not saying much.
Okay, let me just.
I'm almost tempted to give an answer.
well, I mean, chat has been.
Yeah. Just listen to Troy or Karen.
Oh, fine.
Do you want more stopping power or more affordability?
It's Krill. It's always stopping power. I don't. Okay. Oh my god. Hi, I'm very Canadian. I do not own guns for my own sake. Holy fuck.
I'm depressed. I'm not allowed to own guns.
Let's just go with the 7.262.
Be very
7.62.
specific here.
62.
All right.
7 point.
So we gotta.
I don't even know the increments I'm supposed to be doing this with.
All right. So we've
Guns
gotta,
are a thing in games to me.
we've got a good old fashioned 7. All right. Well, we got a good old fashioned 7.62 here. We got that laying around. Hold on. Let me hit. And he pulls. He drops the. I presume. You know what? Roll for me.
Oh boy. I have no confidence now. -1.
Given that you have a +4 to your crafts, I will grant you that you included some kind of magazine with each of these firearms, since they are custom.
Trill made, as much as they are custom make, she made them compatible with Red Sea magazines if needed, but they did come with magazines as well.
Okay. Then, well, let me just pop this magazine right here. We'll just put a few rounds. He just loads a few, taps it out, drops it in, racks a slide, and puts it down range. And he goes, now, Miss Cynthia, this is going to be loud. You might want to cover your ears. Drops 5 rounds down range, and I will... Do you want to roll, or shall I?
I want you to roll.
Okay.
But I want to know. I rolled a 7 making these things.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll you a d20.
Okay. Oh god, we're doing Dungeons and Dragons. Oh no.
Excuse you, it's called caves and cyclopses.
All right, well...
Not mazes and monsters? Oh my god.
All the fake and overcomplicated.
Chambers and Cyclops.
There we go.
That's the in-universe.
I had one of those. I didn't have the other one.
You rolled a 12. He seems satisfied. They all went on target. They all, had a sufficient grouping as far as he's concerned. And he goes, all right, well, you know what, Miss Cynthia? This here, she shoots just fine. I got no complaints. And, given that this here piece is, well, let's just say, doesn't have much of a history to it, shall we say. I will meet you out front if you just want to hold on to that ticket, and we can see about concluding our business here today.
Beautiful. That would be wonderful. Karen heads out with her ticket.
Do you guys get in the car, pull it back around? You just gonna walk around the perimeter?
The
car didn't
truck
move.
was never pulled
cool.
around.
Yeah.
All right, perimeter of the building
Walk
it
around.
is.
Yeah.
Front of the store. Re-enter. He's waiting. A different counter this time, a little closer to the back, but standing right there waiting for you. He says, so, now, typically, firearm of this nature, shall we say a pre-owned piece of equipment that walks in off the street, we maybe offer 50, 75 creds, but to be fair, this is a quality piece of merchandise that doesn't have much baggage, shall we say, and I'm a can't say I'm not a sucker for a pretty face. So, yeah, we wasn't talking about you there, bub.
Don't worry, hun. They're not all your type.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you, let's say, 125 creds.
That's 125. You know, that does sound like a fair price. And if someone was to maybe have others, maybe my friend here remembers where he found them, we might be able to figure out something, right?
Oh, it's like that, is it? Now, Miss Cynthia, there seems to be more about you than first meets the eye.
Yeah. Little brother here, he goes out, wanders out all night, and comes home with all sorts of crazy stuff.
And does he now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you what. I can't give you that pretty face bonus every time, but you come on in, you ask for Peter. Just saying, we do get a commission on these sorts of things. I would appreciate your return business as a premier sales associate of this fine location. Yeah, I think if your brother happens to find some more of these quality pieces of equal quality, then yes, we can do some business. Now, might you be returning with more than one at a time?
No. What do you think, old Jebby boy? You feeling like you've been lucky lately? I haven't checked too close. Sounds like we might have a few lying around.
Alright. Well, you go ahead, and if old Jeb number 2 there finds some more merchandise laying around the apartment, as it were, I'll go ahead and help you free up some room.
You know, go, Peter. I think we might be able to make a good deal. You know, Jebby boy, what do you feel like? Should we do this today? There you go. It turns out we might have another delivery for you today if you'd be so inclined.
Well, that was certainly quick. He is very speedy on his feet. I did not even see him leave, but he has managed to somehow return with more lost merchandise.
Quicker than lightning. How'd that happen? Yeah.
Oh, what lightning over here, huh?
Only the best.
Well, since we'll be doing that kind of business, I'll go ahead and get Jeb out back to go ahead and take his break. And I'll see you out back, and I'll do the intake this time myself.
That would be wonderful. Appreciate you much, Peter.
Thank you, Miss Cynthia.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Jebby boy. Go unload. Head on back. Let's do this. You can drive this time, honey. We get back to the car. Yeah, let's drive on over.
Dalton, before getting in the car, walks up to it, puts both hands on the hood, and just, oh, jeez. I don't know what it was about that, but I was sweating so hard through that. I don't know how you keep up those conversations with those people.
Just act like you're playing with your food and you'll figure it out.
I need to drive something. Gets in the car.
Turns out you make a pretty good gun, Krill.
I am not surprised at all, honestly. You said even you can without her. She has no facial muscles to move, and you can hear the smirk on her.
Like a wrenching metal.
Dalton powers up the lift and takes the car around back to...
Beautiful. Let's start unloading.
Before Dalton gets out of the car, takes a second, just thinking about the way Karen does things, the way Karen is so good at this, and just goes, okay. And as soon as he steps out, he's back in Jeb mode. Starts unloading. Pulls up backwards to the dock so that he can just... And there's also 3 loose guns.
Put them back in the crate. Just put them back in the crate.
Did we
Take 2 seconds?
hand him the whole thing?
No,
Do we have the crate
You
still?
handed him a gun.
Okay, good.
Dalton, I can see it on the floor, right there where you handed him the gun. Please go pick up my crate. They are hard boxes.
There you go, bud.
They are safety. They are lockable.
Good old Jeb.
There's just Krill inside the truck, just like, do this.
One by one, 4 boxes are stacked. 4, 3,
3 boxes.
3 boxes.
Of 4.
Sorry, 3 boxes of 4. Well, it used to be, but either way, 3 boxes are stacked on the counter there, and Peter's standing there, and he just, well, I'll be. Wonder where you found these, Jeb. Well, let me go ahead and get these unpacked here, and we'll give them a quick inspection. He starts decasing them, and one by one, tagging them. And he just places them back in the crates as he tags them. And then, one by one, slides the crates down the inventory line. And he goes, well, Miss Cynthia, I do believe you'll probably become an old pro at this very quickly, so I will see you where I see you.
Much appreciated, Peter. Always good to know somebody who knows what they're doing.
He meets you down at the firing line, and he, one by one, takes the firearms out, and I will do 1 roll, 2 roll, The reroll. Well, this here second batch, it ain't quite the same quality as the others. I got a rifle here that's pulling a little to the right. You know, I can't pay top shelf prices for middle shelf equipment now. I think you understand that.
How many rounds pulling to the right? All of them?
Well, I mean, if you would like to try and put a couple rounds downrange yourself, that's fine. I don't mind a little lady showing me up at the range, but I do believe this here rifle is a little bit off.
And set it aside. I'll think about it. See what you think about the rest of them after you take a peek.
Well, they all seem in order. I just got this here holdout here that seems to be a little iffy. I don't know. Maybe when it was finding its way to this store, I don't know. Maybe it had a rough journey.
If it's just one, maybe we can figure out who had grubby hands along the way. Maybe mess something up.
Well, you go ahead, hold on to that ticket there, and I will meet you out front. If we, do you want me to hold on to all these firearms, or would you like to take possession of any or all of them, and we can conduct business as such?
You know, why don't we take back that one that's a little off? Maybe we can figure out what's going wrong.
All right. Well, if the finding process gets hammered out and we see that not happening again in the future, maybe we can, make arrangements.
So nice to have somebody like you, Peter.
All right. Well, I will just go on, meet me back in receiving, and I will append your ticket as such. He is working at the computer when you walk down there, and he takes the one rifle out of the batch and slides it back across the counter in one of the crates. He says, "Would you like your other two crates back, ma'am?"
Yeah, why not?
All right. Well, here you go. We have no need for them. We got our own storage. And he hands you a new ticket, and the ticket has the itemized barcodes for 11 of the 12 firearms, sans the one that has been returned to you. He goes, "All right, Miss Cynthia, I'll meet you out front."
Much obliged.
Jeb? He walks out front.
We head on out and we can pull our car around. Why don't you drop off them boxes real quick and we'll just sidle up to the front. Karen gets in the car.
Thank you for returning that one that was firing up. My own pride was screaming at me when I saw that on the comm.
As soon as Dalton's door closes, he turns to Krill. I am confident that's not the one I built.
Confident, are you?
Confident as he was when he built the gun. Good boy, Jeb.
Powers up the car and swings it around to the front.
Alrighty. See what we got. First little sail.
It's going well enough.
You walk in. Peter is right up front now. He is right as you walk in. And, well, Miss Cynthia, we got a little tabulation going on here. We got 11 firearms, one at an agreed 125 credits. And as I said, if we are working bulk, I cannot give you the kindness every time, but I will give you 115 creds per functioning rifle. And so that is a total of 1,275 credits.
Huh. Wow. What a lovely round number. You know, before I leave, why don't you throw in those frag grenades for me, darling?
All right. Well, we got 3 frag grenades and 1,200 credits coming your way. Now, the frag grenades you're going to have, over here, we will do our business of the 1,275, but I will have those frag grenades waiting at checkout for you, and you can just go ahead and pay for those on the way out of the store.
Sounds great. Thank you much.
All right. Well, I'll just ring that up for you. And how would you like to receive your credits?
Transferred?
Okay. And he just pulls out a store tablet and rings up the purchase and swipes it over to the geolocated comm device right across the counter from him. And you see on your comm device, 1,275 credits.
Oh. Gives me tingles. Thanks you much.
Well, you're welcome, Miss Cynthia.
Mm.
I suppose you too, Jeb.
Mm.
Miss Cynthia.
I look forward to seeing you again, Mr. Pater.
Well, I'll tell you what. He swipes his contact information over to you.
Wonderful. Note that down, dear. Thank you.
If you ever in need of a fine southern gentleman such as myself.
I might find a use for you now and then. Yeah.
Well, Miss Cynthia, it was, shall we say, unexpected.
Yeah. On my end as well. Always a pleasure to find competent help. Isn't that right, Jeb?
All right, well, you two, y'all two take care of yourselves.
You too. Go get our frag grenades.
Make your way to the counter. It is absolutely an automated checkout system. Somebody has some entity, either the person or drone, you have not seen which, your backs were turned, has a set of grenades waiting at one of the counters.
I love this place.
Go ahead and automated checkout. It's 75 credits. And you get a little reinforced. It's it is a sort of mesh reinforced plastic bag to make sure that like the grenades don't fall out of it. But you now have a little plastic tote with 3 frag grenades in it.
Little avocados.
Yep. Yep.
I'm just so happy right now. Oh. Karen immediately reaches in, takes one of the frag grenades out, and just tucks it right into her purse.
Mm.
Yes, yep. Note that down.
Pat's not even gonna save that for like a second note session. He's like, nope, I'm writing that down now.
Yeah, like Chekhov didn't exist. Good. All right. Well, tell you what. As you walk back to the car, grenades in tow. How's that go?
You know, Dalton. Shit. Jeb, you know Jeb. Jesus. God, Jeb. Sure is fun to work with you. Yeah. And I'm not lying either. Because that went better than it almost ever has with anyone else. So, well done.
With that line, we see a barely conscious Jacob, just like a smash cut as she says it went better, and just bam, there's Jacob on screen.
Patty's kind of shaking him a little bit.
What's up? What's up? Who? What?
I'm just checking on you. You got 14 hours left.
Oh God. What time is it?
What time is it? Is it like 2 o'clock in the afternoon? What time?
It's like noon.
Yeah. Well, it's noon, so you got another 14 hours. So by the time it hits 2 a.m. tonight, you'll be home free.
Oh, jeez. Oh, where's everyone else?
The rest of the crew is out selling stuff. And Troy, where you at?
Troy is just kind of already standing next to the table, keeping an eye on Jacob with you.
Shit.
Standing right
I forgot you were there. I assume everybody else just walks around. You just stand there the whole time. Hey, Troy, while the rest of the gang's out, can you give me like 20 minutes?
I can leave you two alone for 20 minutes, yes.
No, I mean, watch him for 20 minutes.
My apologies. Starting the 20-minute timer now.
Thank you. She sets up the codex, and now that it's like fully functional, she's going to start looking for like low-level jobs, like she kind of did before she got Tex as her fixer, so
Okay.
she can start getting her feelers out there a little bit.
How are you going to go about this?
Well, I assumed there are some websites that she would know to access, probably, like in the same way we have like the special like application. There's probably some like low-level criminal websites. I honestly don't know how she would have set it up before Tex as a fixer, because I assume there's a time period between her being a medic and meeting Tex. So there's this whole period where she started getting into this until she got Tex as her main fixer.
Give me a roll.
Okay. -1. Could I use a fate point?
Sure. How are you going to invoke it?
Let me think. So my aspect.
I'll tell you right now, you're rolling an investigate.
Yeah, I don't have stat points on that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So it seems that likely that she got lucky with Tex. So she was probably in a period where she had the skills, but she didn't know how to use them. And so she was like, you know what, fuck it. We're just going to send a text to Tex. Just a baseline.
What is Tex's comms address?
I never thought about like saving that.
So, here's what I will say.
Okay.
You do find a forum on the net that is frequented by medics, street medics, and fixers of sorts. You do have to create a profile. There is a section for sort of like job requests sort of deal. So you want to go ahead and one, roll for the ability to create that profile.
Okay.
And two, tell me what it looks like when Patty interacts with a forum, with a message board full of these types of individuals.
Okay. Could I invoke my high concept here and basically refer to how I would like sell the skills I have, showing I was a really good medic and what I do, and how, like not like saying obvious this or that, but kind of just saying like in a way that catches a person's eyes who's looking to hire a person like me because of like my skills, the way I could position that.
I mean, you can try.
Okay. So here we go. We're rolling. +1.
So congratulations, you were able to create a profile.
Okay.
So good job. Your boomer ass managed to actually register an account on this forum.
I managed to avoid the basic stupidity of "Hi, I'm looking to do crime." Blah,
Yes.
blah, blah. I'm able to avoid that.
Yes, congratulations. Now, I want you to actually describe what you put up on this forum. What is Patty's first interaction with this forum?
Okay. She's thinking about the other forum, and she thinks in her head that it was like her skills, but she probably got like really fucking lucky just to get a hit. So, so she's going to go bullet points. She's going to go like skills, cool under fire, able to put people back together while being shot at. Able of maintaining focus even in high stress situations. Those are the skills she's referring to. Medic knowledge, stitching, sewing, blood. What's the specific word for like stopping blood? We're forgetting the word at the moment. Able to stop blood flows and provide emergency treatment should it be necessary. So she's kind of selling her skills on the field and then kind of showing her medical knowledge. Not super great because this is not her line of communication, but she's giving enough of an idea so if somebody's interested, they can use her.
I will take note of that posting. Our crew, in the time that it takes Patty to actually register an account and make a post, our crew has managed to go to and sell and return from Lee's Discount Armor and Weapons. So, upon return, you guys find a Patty sitting over a holographic display, scrolling through a forums listing.
Patty probably just turns it off as they get in, looking a little suspicious.
Troy comes in the room and states their 20-minute timer is up.
Oh, thanks, Troy. And
would you like me to resume monitoring Jacob?
God. It just,
oh
it
yes,
keeps
that
going.
reminds me. I would like Troy to do a flat roll.
Okay. 0.
She told you to watch, Jacob. Now, Jacob, give me a roll.
Okay, keep in mind the drinking bird's still there.
Oh no.
It's bad, but not bad enough to overcome said drinking bird.
So we're still awake here, just barely.
You're barely awake, but you're awake. All right,
Oh,
you
God.
may continue.
Whew.
Okay. Patty just heads back in and shakes him a little bit, just keeps him awake.
God. Oh. What time is it?
12:20.
Oh God. Where fuck's everyone else?
Well, from the door just opened, so they just got back.
Where they head off to again?
They went to sell some of the guns.
He just looks confused for a second, and then it just kind of, just
Yeah.
the ones that fucking what's her face made?
Are you referring to Krill?
Yeah, her.
Jacob? What is this guy's name? And she points at Troy.
It's fucking Troy.
All right. Okay. So, how many fingers am I holding up?
I'm gonna do a roll for that. I want to see. Just
-2. Jesus.
you're holding up. You're holding up 1, right?
No.
Oh God.
Yeah, you're fucked in the head, dude.
Oh.
This is not a pretty concussion. All right, I'm gonna test out that range of motion on your shoulder. Okay, just gonna go gentle motion, see how bad it is. Okay. All right. Troy, could you put your hands gently on his waist? Just hold him down. This way, if he starts to feel pain, he doesn't jerk too hard.
I can.
Thanks.
Jacob, would you prefer it if I warmed my hands?
No.
Room
Actually,
temperature it is then.
one hand on one waist and one hand towards his torso on his right side. This way, the whole torso doesn't move. Right. And
Did I get shot on the right or left?
I think you got shot on the right side.
Oh God.
Yeah. So he's got his right hand on your right torso, and he's got your right hip, and he's got his left hand on your torso. That's kind of where it's positioned.
Okay.
So we're not touching it. We're just making sure you don't jerk too hard. So she gently holds the arm, keeps the hand under the bicep, and she just starts working out the range, just feeling where the pain is. So like she'll try to like get him to extend it upwards and starts to see where that hurts. How you feeling, bud?
How bad was the dislocation?
You have a torn rotator cuff.
Oh God. That would be pretty much any rotation at all. Would be horrific. Just likewise, any sort of rotation, just instant grimace, instant fucking jolt. Just
as soon as there's
just
pain,
fucking,
she instantly backs off. So
yeah,
she's
there's
making
just
sure.
fucking, there's just
Yeah.
nothing in any direction. It's just fucked.
Damn, dude, you fucked that.
Oh God.
So the lesson here is next time, don't bring your fucking guns out.
That's it. Is that it?
I mean, I went up, I went around, so I checked all the ranges. You got like 35 degrees at most.
Oh God.
It's not pretty, man.
How long have I got to be in a sling?
Well, it depends. If you decide to go with medical surgery, you can get it replaced. You'd be back to full motion in 2 weeks at the most. If you go robotic, you could probably get that in a week. If you go full recovery, you'll never have the same shoulder again, but that'll probably take at least 6 weeks for functional motion. Beyond that, it can get rough. I'm just going to say is you're not going to be able to...
Let me fucking sleep on this.
Yeah, I'm just going to say is you can't do like the fucking shit where you like pick me up and hold me upside down with your fucking shoulders right now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just off the table.
I understand.
Okay. She wasn't sit down. She sets a glass of water. Tell me if you're thirsty. Tell me if you're hungry.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. And she leans back, and then she looks at Troy, and she says, "Hey, Troy.
Yes, Patty.
So you've been doing this a couple more days and figuring it out. You got any new questions on being a person? Got anything fucking with you?"
A lot.
All right, well, lay it on me.
What do you know about pain?
I know a lot about pain.
I am not capable of feeling pain. I have receptors in my dermal layers that is capable of determining damage. It is capable of signaling and analyzing a level of damage and destruction done to my structures. But I do not perceive it as pain. It is not alarming, and it can be repaired.
Okay.
However, a few times now during the net diving experiences, when I came across various security protocols and features, they inflicted a sensation on me that I am not adequately prepared to explain.
Okay, what does it feel like?
Alarming. Sudden.
Scary?
Scary would be an adequate term, yes.
I mean, pain is a weird thing because, like, you know, for people like me, we recognize that we have that damage, right? Like, I fucked both of my shoulders right now, and I feel the damage, right? But at the same time, it's more than that. It feels like it's attacking me, right? It feels like a part of me is fundamentally fucked.
It is difficult to determine if this is an adequate comparison to the experiences I experienced in the net.
Well, I think the problem comes is you have a whole new set of experiences that, for the majority of people, they already have in their normal life. But you're a fucking machine, right? You're still a person, but you're a machine. You're not human. You're not feeling the same shit that we're born into. Like a little kid falls and they hit their knee and then they're bleeding out and they're feeling that pain, right? But you're coming in and you're not feeling the same shit, but at the same time, you get on the net and you feel it. Because it's not just attacking your body, it's attacking you.
Technically speaking, I do not have a body. Especially on the net, I am only me.
Yeah.
And being attacked by the security protocols almost felt like a very small part of me was gone.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is, at the end of the day, right? We people, you know us, we're brain, nervous system, blah, 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 right? But we think of ourselves a lot in kind of us and our body. Like, these things are the same thing, but sometimes we get caught in our own head, and then we think that they're two different things.
I'm afraid I do not understand the analogy.
All right, so okay, how do I explain this? So, like, there's your physical body, right? But when you go on the net, you're you, right? You're Troy. That's the same way a lot of us sometimes feel about ourselves. It's our body, and then it's us.
Do you have an existence outside of your body?
No. But sometimes it feels like we do.
So your body is intrinsic to your existence.
I mean, if you're able to get on the net as a person, I know that's like some people do. I mean, hell, that's like sometimes people do what you do, but I don't know. Like for the long period of our life, it was, but now with everything available, it's I don't know. It's kind of up for questions now.
I don't believe their minds are uploaded to the net. It is an avatar, if I am not mistaken.
Is your mind uploaded to the net?
Yes.
Is it? Because every time I see you connect back, are you stuck in your body?
In a way.
Same way here. We're stuck in our bodies a little bit.
You cannot separate your consciousness from your body.
No, not really. We can make it further apart, but we can't really ever separate it. Because, like, the Adrian kid, right? Like, that kid, right? They were able to go on. They were able to make that divide between their body and themselves. But when, like I told you, is when the chemicals came in and fucked the brain up, they were gone.
I don't believe that is technically possible with me. If the Troy body were to be destroyed while I was on the net, I would still exist on the net.
Do you know that?
I have not tested this, no.
You know, I'm just going to say, I hope we never have to test it.
I disagree. I would be curious to see if this were true.
I mean, sure, but what happens if you die?
That is a possibility that I will have to see if I can prevent.
Yeah, but like purposely putting yourself in a situation where you could lose your body and get destroyed, and then I never hear from you again, we'll think you're dead. And honestly, I don't want that.
Technically speaking, I was never really alive.
That's the mistake there, Troy. You are alive.
I am still coming to terms with what the definition of being alive means.
Welcome to it.
Where's everybody else during this conversation?
It's a good question.
Because it has been narrated that all of you have come back a while ago.
Trail's just probably at a computer desk researching or designing the next batch of rifles or something, who knows.
I feel like Jake was pretty self-explanatory.
Oh yeah, he's getting up and doing some laps.
Well, if he takes after
Karen
Kat, then
is
yeah, he's probably
admiring
trying to do
her,
fucking burpees.
Karen's admiring her new grenades in one of the back rooms.
Fair enough. What is Dalton doing?
Dalton is just hanging out in the main room, worried about bringing grenades in his cars. It's not his favorite thing.
So
I mean, you can keep them, but just be careful with those in my car.
I'll be great. Don't worry about it.
As she says that, she drops one. It's fine, but she drops one. As she says that.
Oops.
No, don't pick it up by the pin.
I want to very quickly consult the thing. All right. As this philosophical conversation is occurring, as the grenade is dropping and clattering on the ground, as Dalton is becoming increasingly concerned with Karen having high explosives in his presence, the camera focuses in on Jacob for a second, and then it fades out. And as it fades in, as it comes out of focus, right? And as it comes into focus, what you see is a ship, a transorbital ship, breaking cloud cover, and rain peppering it and falling on the windows of it as it lands at the spaceport at NSF. And the door opens, and you just see a silhouetted figure in the doorway